of misfits and dope addicts are here.
I don't even have to ask. I don't have to ask why that was the opening.
You know exactly why.
The minute I heard it, I said, "Oh, that's right. The president's coming to town." That's right. I remember. But yeah.
There you go.
We'll talk about that in the news. But I have to chastise you.
Oh?
That you should have played in honor of the death of Mitch Margot, an original member of the Tokens.
An original member? There
were many tokens.
Oh.
There was a token. There were several tokens, as a matter of fact. But yeah, this is their big hit from, what year? 1960? No? Yeah.
Most kids, you might know this song from The Lion King. It was around before that.
Yeah. It was a huge hit. And it's actually, what's his name? The old folk singer who died about at the age of 93. You know who I mean.
Yeah.
Famous folk singer.
Woody Guthrie?
Woody Guthrie.
No,
somebody Guthrie.
It's probably in
Somebody
the story.
folky.
He did this song.
Pull out the folk singer's phone book and read every name.
Pete Seeger.
I'll know it when I hear
Pete Seeger.
it.
Pete Seeger. He did this song. He took that from an actual African tribe chant of some sort. Weemoe. He did that in the 50s. Hey. It's a kind of a pleasant song. So anyway, there you go. Mitch Margot, one of the original Tokens. Pete Seeger. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Hi. So it's snowing.
Yes.
And
It was perfect timing. We just got our Christmas tree yesterday. I felt weird getting the Christmas tree when it was 60 degrees outside.
Yeah.
But.
Now they said there was going to be a Christmas tree shortage, and they're going to be more expensive.
They were slightly more expensive, I think.
But there were plenty of trees.
There were plenty.
I always go to the Robinson Tree Farm people at the golf course there.
Now, Bill Allred.
Yeah.
So I tweeted a picture saying we're going to get our tree. And I don't know how some friend of the program knew that I always go to the Robinson Tree Farm at the golf course.
At the golf course there.
And they said, don't go to the golf course because the Robinson Tree Farm isn't there this year. And I went, what?
Well, where? What?
So we head over to the golf course.
Why did you?
Because I didn't. I thought, well, let's just go see if that's the case.
Okay.
Now there's a tiny weird tree lot there this year.
Do they sell actually weird?
Tiny weird.
It's the weird family.
Yeah. So you pull into the golf course parking lot and you go, this isn't the Robinson Tree Farm.
No.
And so as you're turning around across the street, there's a giant sign that says Robinson Tree Farm is now at, and it has the address.
Okay. So where is it?
So it's like 33rd South and 6th West. So
what? Oh, okay.
So it's further. If you want a good tree,
they have nice
trees.
Trees. And they have a variety, a large variety of trees. So you went there and there were plenty of trees.
Yes, and we got a good trees.
Yeah, because I haven't gone yet. Well, I probably wait till this coming weekend. I don't like to get it. See, I don't like to get the tree early because when you get the real tree, then it becomes an instant firebomb. You know, it dries out, and it's like if anybody lights a match near it, it will just bring your house down.
Well, who's lighting matches in your living room?
Well, when you fart, you light a match.
That's what you do in the hall.
Hey, light a match, would you? So there's a lot of match lighting going on at our house.
I think you'll find cracking a window is much
safer. All right. Well, I guess this is not the official.
No, this is nothing right here.
Yeah, we don't want to be held accountable for this. So we'll officially begin the program coming up and take your check-ins. 877-602-9696 is the number to check in with the Radio from Hell show. Tell us what you're going to be doing today, this day that Donald Trump is coming to town to not to shrink national monuments because of any other reason than those two national monuments were created by Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. And it's a you know what it is? It's a D-swinging contest.
Yeah.
That's all that is for Donald Trump, just to see who has the biggest.
Yep.
Well, it's not Donald Trump.
Well,
He's got the tiny hands.
yeah. So anyway, check in with the show, 877-602-9696. Be careful, though. It's
Yes.
snowing.
Oh, let's talk
So,
about that,
yeah.
shall we? It's
Yeah, we got serious incidents already this morning. Crash is blocking both shoulders of the on-ramp 800 North in Orem to go northbound I-15. Ramp from I-215 heading east toward Redwood Road is closed. All traffic being diverted onto the Legacy Parkway in Davis County. And now with those diversions, there are accidents happening there. So it's a snowy morning. Jackknife Semi is that incident on Redwood Road. So if you're a semi-truck driver, you can go on Legacy. Usually they're not allowed to drive on Legacy.
they're letting you today?
But they're letting you today. So
all right. Thank you very much. All right, we'll open the show coming up in a moment.
Might be nice to take in a movie.
Yes.
Instead of going to work today. Now, I want to go to the Broadway Salt Lake Film Society because I want to see that 3 billboards outside Ebbing,
with Francis McDormand.
Missouri
Just
or
call
Minnesota.
just call it 3 billboards.
3 billboards out. It's outside. It's Ebbing someplace.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see that movie, and I know that's playing at the Broadway.
Or Lady Bird. I love that movie. Go see that.
But there's coming up this weekend, Wassail and Waffles, a free holiday fun for the entire family put on by the Salt Lake Film Society. You can address your own waffle, or as Carrie put it more succinctly, it's a waffle bar.
It's a waffle bar.
Yeah. You can meet Santa, see great holiday film on the big screen at the Broadway Center Cinema, which is it's on the corner of State Street and 3rd South, essentially. December 9th, that's when this is happening.
And it's free.
10 a.m. Yeah,
And then they're
absolutely free.
showing holiday movies. I think they're showing Polar Express and Elf.
Yeah. And also the Salt Lake Film Society presents Sing with Maria. That's also December 9th at 2 p.m. at the Tower. They play the what's the movie, I am, that movie. And
Sound
you
of
can go,
Music?
Sound of Music.
Oh,
You can go-
okay.
You can go sing along with it.
Sure.
All right. So it's the Salt Lake Film Society, slfs.org.
Dashboard Confessional tonight.
Spine. Spell it with me now. S-P-I-N-E. Spine. And now we'll use it in some dialogue, featuring our 2 Utah men, LeVar and LeGrand. Elder LeGrand Ardun Jr. has called his friend LeVar with worries on his mind. Never fails. It's always during my favorite show. Yellow.
LeVar?
Yeah.
It's LeGrand.
LeGrand, how's it going?
I'm a worried man, LeVar. I don't know what to do. It's about Midge.
Well, how is the lovely Mrs. Dunn LeGrand?
Well, LeVar, she ain't herself these days.
What do you mean she ain't herself? Well, who is she then?
Well, she's Midge, but she's not Midge.
Huh?
Well, first off, she's been losing weight, LeVar. She may have knocked off close to 100 pounds. She had to go out and buy a whole new set of moo-moos. And they're designer moo-moos, too. The Don Ho collection.
Well, that is odd, LeGrand.
And she started to wear makeup again.
Huh?
She hasn't worn makeup since we got married, LeVar. A woman with 16 kids doesn't have any place wearing makeup, LeVar.
That is strange.
And it's not even New Skin or Mary Kay, LeVar. It's that kind of makeup that Claudia Schifter wears.
Anything else?
Well, she covered up the I Heart Family Home Evening bumper sticker on the back of the Suburban with one that says, "Mean people suck."
Something is definitely up, LeGrand.
I know. So, I've been kind of trying to track down her whereabouts to see what's up.
You mean you've been spying on Midge?
Well, I wouldn't call it spying exactly. Just keeping tabs, you know, like waiting down the street from the house and then following her car.
Spying, that's what that is, LeGrand, spying. Well, did you find out anything?
Well, when she said she was going to Relief Society, I followed her, and she ended up at the Deseret Gym. I think she may be working out, LeVar.
Well, mayhap she's just trying to get in shape and improve her quality of life. Mayhap she's tired of being as big as a Winnebago.
She's the mother of all my 16 kids, LeVar. She's not supposed to improve her quality of life. Her role as my spiritual partner is to improve my quality of life.
You find out anything else when you was spying on her?
Well, yesterday I caught her waxing her legs and shaving her armpit hair.
The hell you say? We got big trouble, LeGrand. I'm gonna jump in the truck and be right over. That is, if the truck will start. You know, she might be trying to become a feminist or something worse. She hasn't said anything about, you know, taking night classes or the like, has she?
No. What are we gonna do, LeVar?
Well, we're gonna keep spying on her, LeGrand. Let's just hope that we don't find out that she's going to the symphony or the ballet or nothing like that. Tell you what, though, if we do, you pack them kids up in that Suburban and you ski-daddle out of there.
Show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right. And no one has decided to call the show yet. 877-602-9696 is that number to use to check in.
I feel like we should tell people not to check in this morning based on the roads. I feel like
Gina, there are people who are not on the roads who could check in.
It's irresponsible of us to ask for check-ins this morning.
Gina, that's the hallmark of our show, being irresponsible. So please check in with us, 877-602-9696. Now, let's begin the program officially. Do you have to sponsor that?
I do. This holiday season, dine, drink, and shop local. Visit Central 9th District featuring Mediterranean Small Plates and Wine Bar, Laziz Kitchen Middle Eastern Food, Blue Copper Coffee, Troubadour Salon, Waterwitch Cocktails, and Jade Market Grocers, just a few steps from the 9th South Track Station.
The moon is 98.6% of full. It reached its fullness and its super mooniest yesterday, but we couldn't see it. And you can't see it today. I'm sure if we could, if it's beautiful, it's up there, but we just can't see it because of the snow. It doesn't matter when it'll set, but I'll tell you anyway, the moon will set today at 8:29 a.m. Today being Monday. It's the 4th day of December in the year of our Lord 2017. And this is North America's most nefarious radio broadcast. It's Radio from Hell, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. That's Kerry Jackson right there, over
hi.
there.
Oh.
Hi there. The hat goes on as the show officially begins.
Yes, we're working.
That's a nice hat, too.
That's your working hat?
It's one of my favorite ones.
I like it. It has a wider brim.
It has
than
an
some of
Indiana
your-
Jones kind of
It's
reminiscent.
not what I was going for, but
It's kind of...
Yeah, that's it. I'm Bill Allred. Hi, hatless Bill Allred. And over there, hatted Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer of the show is Richard Thomas Stedman. He's also the lady in waiting to the Radio from Hell show. When one of us three lords dies or decides to move on, he's waiting for that to happen. Dylan Allred, no relation.
only works if I die.
Dylan Allred, yep. Dylan Allred is no relation, is producing video, which you can see at x96.com/live. And Katie for short is here helping out with the show as well. Now, anybody, let's see, is people checking in via text?
A few people, yeah.
Yeah, well, we got phones.
Oh, we got phones
Yeah.
now? All right.
They showed up. They heard our pleas.
Okay.
And let's see, Jake.
Jake, hi.
Hello, Lords and Lady in Waiting from Hell. This is Jake from Hill Air Force Base again.
Hi, Jake. Jake,
How's the weather up there,
You
Jake?
probably can't wait to get back to Texas and get rid of this snow, huh?
Thank God, no, I cannot wait. I was not happy about waking up this morning.
What's the what are the road conditions like up in? I think it's really bad in Davis.
It's more so in Davis, yeah.
On base, it's not bad. There's a couple inches on the ground, but the roads, for the most part, didn't really take to getting the snow to pile up on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, none of the like I come down first south to work.
Mm-hmm.
No plows at all. Just
I had plows in my neighborhood, not on the freeway.
That's weird.
Yeah, weird.
Well, Jake, are you driving now?
No, I'm actually already at work. I waited to go in just so I could give y'all guys a call. I missed y'all last week.
Oh, well, nice to hear from you, Jake. Thanks for checking in.
Take care.
Yep, well, real quick,
Yeah.
Are y'all doing your road home visit in Ogden Wednesday, I think is what I heard.
Yes.
advertised?
Yes.
John Watson Chevrolet, which is there on Wall Avenue. You have the exact address?
I do not.
It's John Watson Chevrolet on Wall Avenue.
Yeah, it's 30-something Wall Avenue.
Yes.
All right?
Well, I tell y'all what, I will see y'all Wednesday morning. I'm going to do my darndest to get there and actually see y'all in person.
All right,
Oh, that's
Jake.
nice.
All right, Jake.
You're nice to see you.
3535 Wall Avenue in Ogden.
Thank you.
All right, y'all take care.
Y'all see y'all. See ya, y'all.
Brandon.
Yo,
Hi, Brandon.
What are you doing, Brandon?
driving to work, picking up a coworker, and headed into work.
And where are you going to work?
Salt Lake City, right off 21st 6 West.
And what are the roads like?
Really snowy right now.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of work do you do, Brandon?
I reglaze glass.
Reglaze. You're not the first person to glaze the glass. You're the second person to glaze.
Does that
Nice.
does that make you a glazer?
Yes.
And does that so a glazer installs glass into window frames and things like that, right?
Yes, we replace broken glass.
Yeah. So that's a valuable service. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't want to have a broken window with the snow going right now.
No, I wouldn't either, Brandon. So take care on the road. See you later.
Yes, thank you.
All right, let's see. We got Big Gibby checking in.
Oh,
Big Gibby.
Big Gibby.
Evil Green checking in. The snow is awful. Would you rather hibernate all winter or migrate south? Trying to consider my options.
Hibernating sounds good. Do we have a Mattress Firm ad coming up?
Jordan, my stepson, is doing his first 2 hours of drive time for driver's ed this morning, and I'm a mess.
That's good. If you're going to live in Utah, you got to learn how to drive in the snow,
right.
so that's good.
Hi there, Lords and Lady. Vicky and the Angel checking in. Attack Bird, a.k.a. Horny Cockatoo, has gone home.
Gone home.
We need only about 50% today. Thank you for your efforts.
You're welcome.
Tim the Tree Guy checking in. Let's see. Stealth mode from Spanish Fork here. I don't care what percent you give today. I didn't sleep all night.
Oh.
It's Monday. It's snowing. Trump's coming to town. I left my coffee at home. No.
Stacy from Orem checking in. It's a magical winter wonderland.
Isn't it?
Let's see. We got Kimberly.
Kimberly, are you out there across the street?
No, I'm back to taking the train.
Well, good. So are you at work now, or are you on the train?
Well, I tried calling on the train, but it rang so long that it kicked me off the phone. So I called a second time after you guys said no one called, and I'm like, wait, no fair, I called.
Well, there you are. Thanks for checking in with us, and have a lovely day at work.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not too bad right now downtown, but in West Valley, it's coming down real hard. I got 2 inches at my house.
Wow.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. We'll
Thanks,
see you, Kimberly. Bye-bye. Taylor.
Taylor,
is
thanks for being a part of the least popular feature we've ever done, check-ins. What's up with you today? Taylor?
This is Tara McMullen. I said Tara, and I'm having a great time this morning driving in the snow.
Tara our old traffic person.
I'm driving north on I-15, and I'm seeing slide-offs, and I'm doing traffic reports in my head.
Well, Tara, you should be careful.
Great out here.
Yeah, be really careful, okay?
All right.
Yes, I am driving carefully. Everyone add 30 minutes to your commute. Talk to you later.
All right.
Thanks, Tara.
Bye.
The music
She's a professional.
Yeah.
She is, yes. Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Nick is here.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
What's up with you, Nick?
Well, I'm really tired on the Monday. I'm staying at my sister's house, and they wanted to get a tattoo last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're up till like 1 o'clock in the morning getting the dumbest tattoo.
Wait a
So,
minute. Where do you go at 1 o'clock in the morning to get a tattoo on a Sunday?
Oh, they had him come to the house.
Oh, wow.
All
It's
right.
even worse.
And what was this dumb tattoo?
Okay, so my sister got some flowers added onto her arm, which is like, it looks all right.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good, but my brother-in-law's got, he's got this stupid tattoo of like a gun and 2 hands holding up, and then like tattoos on the hand. And it says family over everything, but it just looks horrible. Like,
well,
I just can't say how bad it looks because I don't want them to feel bad. But it's like,
yes.
holy
Nick,
crap!
Nick, are you living with them because you can't afford to live anywhere else?
Yeah, so it's even worse that way.
Oh, you're
Wow.
stuck.
Sorry.
You're stuck with people that make poor decisions.
Well,
Wow.
let's see if I can cheer you up a little bit, Nick. It's Santa's List Day today, so make sure that you're on Santa's list. And it's also Wear Brown Shoes Day.
I'm stuck on you call the tattoo artist to come to your house at 1 in the morning to do.
Well, he was
We
there.
need to have it right now.
Was there drinking involved?
Yep.
You drank all of my rum.
Yeah.
Like, I have no rum.
Yeah, well.
I want the Sailor Jerry logo right here.
All my Sailor Jerry's gone. Can't believe it.
I don't think we can take any other calls.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
we
we
have to
have time for.
end
Thank
on.
you.
Just tell you, Nick, my favorite tattoo joke, I can't tell on the air, but the punchline is the guy in the middle looks like Willie Nelson.
There you go. There you go.
My favorite.
You should update that joke to say young Willie.
Yeah, yes, true.
All right, we gotta go. See you, Nick.
Guy in the middle. That's my sign off today. By the way.
Sparky the dinosaur checking in. Will the mailman. Let's see. I guess we gotta go.
All right.
All right.
It's a show.
It's a show. Big boy news and opinioendo after these.
Traffic?
And we do have a little traffic right here.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Let's see. We've got crash southbound I-15, 1600 north in Orem. The left lane is closed there. Carrie Jackson, we're having computer issues this morning.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with the big machine over here.
Semi stuck eastbound 80 near Mountain Dell, blocking the center lane. UHP is on the scene. All semis are required to have chains through the canyon, and snow is coming down pretty heavy through Parley's. Let's see. Jackknifed truck on I-215 has completely shut down I-215 heading east on Redwood Road. All traffic being diverted to Legacy Parkway in Davis County. And now there are some residual accidents because of that traffic diversion. So Legacy is pretty packed right now. Snow coming down pretty heavy in Davis County and has affected traffic up there. So you are going to need extra time driving this morning. That's traffic.
Coming up in the news, we'll talk about President Trump coming to town and why he's coming here and how people feel about that. And also, it's a big deal, this big deal with Aetna Insurance and CVS. So
I'm curious as what that means for us.
Well, I'll give you some idea of that.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right, that's all coming up. We're going to tell you about Apple Beer.
Apple Beer.
Apple Beer is delicious.
And it's non-alcoholic.
Right.
Think of it like ginger beer or root beer, and it's delicious.
Yeah, we had it around our house for Thanksgiving, and it's great for the kids, and it's also great for your friends who don't drink.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it, too. I like the Apple Beer 5.
Yeah, that's the one I prefer.
It's
the green label.
Yeah, but there's the original Apple Beer, the classic Sicilian apple.
Yeah, with the black label.
Yeah, it's not too sweet. It's very refreshing. Apple Beer is Utah's original gourmet soda. It was developed by a family here in Utah. And
it's a local company.
Yeah, still is. I think it's been around for 50 years now. I remember having it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Apple Beer. So try it if you haven't ever tried it. Or now maybe we're just reminding you,
got to get some.
Apple Beer. So most grocery stores carry it, convenience stores as well. And if they don't, I want you to pound your fist on the counter and demand, I need Apple Beer.
X96 is Utah's original alternative with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding coming up right after Radio from Hell.
Spear. Spell it with me now. S-P-E-A-R. And now we'll use it in some dialogue. Today, our Utah friends, LeVar and LeGrand, have decided to get out of the heat by taking in a movie in the cool, air-conditioned comfort of a local movie theater. Again, the word is spear.
We got a few minutes before the movie starts, LeVar. I think I'm going to get me some snacks at the snack bar.
What the heck movie have you drugged me to anyhow, LeGrand? There's a bunch of kids here in this theater.
You know, it's The Lion King.
The Lion King? Well, who plays the king and what the hell's he got to lie about? All these kids shouldn't ought to be seeing a movie about liars.
Oh, no, The Lion King. Like the animal.
Huh?
You know, L-I-E-O-N, lion. Big cats, lion.
Oh.
It's a cartoon that Walt Disney drew.
You drugged me to a flippin' cartoon movie? I knew there's too many kiddies in here. Got down, sat on a bench, LeGrand. I may be having to vomit partway through.
The Lion King is supposed to be real good, even for the grown-ups, LeVar. And they say the music is real fine. It was wrote by that Elton John.
Who? Well, who the hell is the Elton John?
Well, he's a singer and a writer who's got lots of hit music. He's one of them men what likes other men, but he's still a very good musician.
Cheese and rice, LeGrand. You mean there's men that's attracted to other men?
Yeah.
That's square.
Well, I didn't know about it myself until I read it in the newspaper and in Newsweek.
Oh.
Anyhow, I'm going to the snack bar. I can't get through a movie without some popcorn and a drink and some nachos and some Junior Mints and a box of Goobers and some malted milk balls and a pack of red vines. You want anything?
Nope. I got my refreshment right here, LeGrand. I sneaked in this can of Vienna sausages and one of them Army surplus MREs and this.
What's that, canteen of water?
Nope. Ain't water. Nope. Spear.
Spear?
Yep, spear.
Spear? God almighty, LeVar! You better hope the usher don't catch you.
Oh, yeah, like Mr. 16-year-old pimple monster's gonna be a real threat. And I'm telling you, LeGrand, if I don't catch me a beer buzz, I'll never make it through this cartoon. Hey, is Mickey Mouse in this?
Big fancy studio in beautiful downtown Salt Lake. And they still find things to bitch about. X96.
All right, 6:35. Amy Donaldson will have sports here coming up in a moment. I just saw her pull up. And let's see, time for Big Boy News and Innuendo Now, brought to you by
Haster Games has the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com.
Well, I'll begin with a light story. How's that?
Okay.
I caught this headline, and how could I resist going to the story? Disoriented opossum rescued after drinking bottle of bourbon.
An opossum.
An opossum.
A whole bottle of bourbon?
An opossum that apparently drank bourbon after breaking into a Florida liquor store, sobered up at a wildlife rescue center, and was released after she sobered up unharmed. Emerald Coast Wildlife Refuge officials said the opossum, and I hope we have a picture of the opossum at x96.com/live because it was really a sweet opossum. Emerald Coast Wildlife Refuge officials say the opossum was brought in by a Fort Walton Beach, Florida police officer on November 24. A liquor store employee found the animal next to a broken and empty bottle of bourbon. A worker there found the opossum up on a shelf to a cracked open bottle with liquor, nothing in it. She definitely was not acting normal. They told Panama City News that the female opossum appeared disoriented, was excessively salivating. Now, this sounds like me on the weekend.
Was the opossum yelling, everybody's always kissing your ass?
Excessively salivating and very pale.
That's my critter sound.
No, that's not drunk.
But
really.
if I do it slowly, let me see.
So yeah.
No.
We loaded her up with fluids to help flush out any alcohol toxins. She was good. A couple of days later, the opossum did not appear to have a hangover. Although how you know, I don't.
Does she have a sponsor?
Doesn't. No.
No.
Yes. I gotta go to meetings now. I got court. So our friend Kat Palmer. She's an artist, a photographer. And she did something pretty cool. There was a big protest rally at the state capitol on Saturday. 5,000 people at least showed up, said the Utah Highway Patrol, which is pretty good. There was a counter rally down in San Juan County where they're real happy that President Trump is coming and going to shrink the size of the Bears Ears National Monument. Yeah. We heard from Phil Lyman down there. Yeah. Now, I don't know how big that gathering was, but up here it was 5,000 people. And Kat Palmer, saying she felt somewhat helpless and lost, decided to organize a protest. Oh, this was Sunday on the south lawn of the Utah Capitol ahead of Trump's visit today, hoping to provide an outlet for people who feel that their voices aren't being represented. Her message, go home, Trump. There it is at x96.com live. That's people.
Oh. I wondered what that was.
113
people spelling out
113 people dressed in white jumpsuits, and they are lying on the ground, spelling out "Go home, Trump."
It's a good thing she didn't do that today because it snowed, so you wouldn't be able to read it.
Well, you could. She would have put them in red jumpsuits, Gina. She's not a fool. She's an artist. So Kat Palmer doing her best to make a statement about what's going on. And Donald Trump is, in fact, coming to town today, and he will announce plans to shrink the two national monuments, the Bears Ears National Monument and the Grand Staircase Escalante. Now, it's interesting, isn't it, that he's talking about shrinking them.
We're going to shrink them.
Why does he not, if he's such a big dude, why does he not just simply say, I'm declaring that they don't exist anymore?
So he can say, see, I'm not unreasonable. I
think he can't.
But I am unreasonable.
I think he can't. By law, he can't do this.
Could be. For him to completely get rid of them is a whole different kind of order, and it opens it up for a way larger lawsuit and really just not possible to be able to do it. But under the Antiquities Act and the fact that he's president, he can shrink the size with just what he's doing.
So it's being shrunk like to the most possible he's legally allowed to do.
But it will still spawn lawsuits.
Sure.
While the environmental groups, some environmental groups, and the Native Americans have all said, we'll take you to court.
Those are special interest groups.
I'm just hoping he says something about Pocahontas while he's here.
I'm sure he will.
And there are Native American protesters.
Bill,
yes.
I'm waiting for the inappropriate joke when he meets with the Mormon church leaders. I'm waiting for the polygamy joke. I've had a lot of wives.
I've had several wives, not at the same time.
I'm practically Mormon. He'll say something like that.
I thought the same thing, as a matter of fact.
I don't drink, and I've had many wives.
I'd be a good Mormon.
I'm just like, I like you guys.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, one other thing that Donald Trump is apparently doing, and this is kind of a behind-the-scenes thing, but people are saying it's true, he's doing everything he can to block Mitt Romney from running for Senate and make sure that Orrin Hatch runs for another term.
Is Orrin Hatch a boner candidate, by the way?
No.
Because
he's a boner, but he's not a boner candidate.
Chip is his baby. His name is on that, the Children's Health Care Program, and he's saying, you don't have that quote from him?
I don't have it right in front of me, but I saw it, and he said there are people who just don't want to do anything for themselves. Yeah. They want the government to give them a handout. You're talking about children, Orrin, you doddering old fool.
And this was your program.
I hate to do this, but check the story. I think that quote was not talking about Chip. He was talking about the other.
Really?
I wouldn't be surprised because I thought that was odd even for Warren.
Even if he was talking about the other stuff, that's a real Essie attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the same suspicion. I didn't look into it.
I could be wrong, but look into it.
And then speaking of Orrin Hatch, President Trump tweeted congratulations to Hatch and Senator Lee after the passage of the Republican tax bill on Saturday. Republican leaders touted the hard-fought battle, saying it would boost America's prosperity. It won't.
Nope.
And they are only doing this. It's a shoddy, awful process the way they're doing it, and they're only doing it because they think they need some kind of a win. They haven't had a win.
It's not that it's a good piece of legislation. No. It's because they haven't had a win.
Yeah. And can I tell you this? It is most definitely about Chip.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Here's the whole quote. After praising the terrific job Chip has done for families who need help, Hatch immediately added, I have a rough time wanting to spend billions and billions and trillions of dollars to help people who won't help themselves, won't lift a finger, and expect the federal government to do everything. He was absolutely
That's it. All right.
There you go.
All right, let's talk about CVS.
Yes.
CVS Health said on Sunday that it had agreed to buy Aetna Insurance for $69 billion in a deal that would combine the drugstore giant with one of the biggest health insurers in the United States. Now, we have Aetna Insurance here.
Yes.
And so what will that, and I thought, well, what is that going to mean for us? Well, immediately what it'll mean is, I like going to my friends at the IHC pharmacy on 9th East and 4th South. And I like the people at the Jolly Pharmacy, too. And my wife likes to use the University Pharmacy up by the U. Well, you know what? That'll all go away. You will have to go
CVS?
to CVS.
I'm going to have to
Now,
switch?
Yeah,
Oh,
you will
geez.
have to switch to CVS. Now, that may not be a horrible thing. I don't know. I mean, I will miss those people. I like them. But
Yeah, I've been going to the same pharmacy for a very long time, and they're all good people.
You have a fast pass, don't you?
I do.
Isn't there a special
And
line
now,
that you?
now CVS also, and I was not aware of this. They apparently also have a lot of health clinics.
Oh,
you know that you go and you can go see a doctor and
Get your flu shot.
Yeah, Amy is nodding. Do they have them here in town? So CVS health clinics.
Yeah, I've been to them when I was leaving the country.
So that's going to be another thing that you will see. Your Aetna insurance will say, "Listen, you're sick. Go to that."
So instead of
CVS
going to
clinic.
like an
Yeah.
Instacare, you go
It
to.
could, in the long run, it could be a good thing for consumers in general. It could help keep health costs, care costs down for people who have Aetna insurance, and it will make buying Aetna insurance more attractive. So you will have to see, but in the long run, it might be a good thing that this has happened. All right,
we'll see.
Can I do quick weather and traffic before we get to sports? Because it's all related. We had snow overnight, and it's still snowing in places. Not how on your drive in, Amy. How was it?
The drive-in wasn't bad, but it is getting it's getting slushy on the highway, and some people are not slowing down. So I anticipate accidents in the next hour.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of people texting in. Traffic on 201 East backed up and moving super slow as of 6:40. It started at 5600 West in Bangor. Wreck right before American Fork Main Street, northbound I-15. Debris in the left two lanes causing delays. Car fire southbound I-15 right before Legacy Parkway on-ramp in Farmington, blocking the left shoulder and HOV lane. Car is fully engulfed in flames. And there's that semi-stuck eastbound I-80 near Mountain Dell, blocking the center lane. UHP is on the scene of that.
There's a new one from Orem. Did you see that? Text. Traffic is standstill northbound I-15 between 800 North and 1600 North in Orem.
Yeah, so major incidents this morning already, weather-related ones, and that weather. So the snow should actually stop by actually in the next hour or so. But it's very cold, only 20 right now, and we'll only get up to about 36 for a high today.
All right.
That's brought to you by Get Unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
And now sports with Amy Donaldson.
Brought to you by Snow coming, and your car or truck should be equipped for it. Snow tires at Big O Tires starting at just $39.95. New wipers are a good idea as well. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Amy Donaldson Sports. Break.
Here she is. She writes fine sports columns and covers sporting events for the Deseret News, which you can read when you go to DeseretNews.com.
Yes.
So I've been saying it wrong all these years, and you've never corrected me.
No, I corrected you at the beginning, and then I gave up.
Once. You did once?
Oh, well,
One
not
time?
one time. Not one time.
Yeah, this is your fault, Amy.
No, it is my fault.
You should have. What
But you
you do
always
with
gave my
bad
Twitter.
children?
Yeah.
What you do with bad children
Is repeat yourself 100
is
times.
you have to keep doing it until you have to keep saying it until they get
Oh,
it.
don't tell me that.
It's true. So anyway, what's your column about today?
My column is actually about Utah and Utah State going bowling. You know how much we love the big dance? Well, we get bowling in December.
Yeah,
so.
that's great.
So Utah State 6-6 will take on New Mexico State 7-5 on Friday, December 29th at 3:30 in the Arizona Bowl in Tucson. It's the first bowl game since 1960 for New Mexico State, where they played guess who? Utah State.
Oh,
and they
how
beat
about
them.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So and that's actually that ends the longest bowl drought for a college football program. Utah 6-6 will take on West Virginia. Also 6-6 in the Zaxby's Heart of Texas Bowl on December 26th at 1:30 p.m. And my favorite thing about the press conference announcing this was that Kyle Whittingham he's so well trained that he said, and I love Zaxby's.
Zaxby's.
Get the sponsor in there.
Yeah, he's so that's what my column's about. Just sort of why we have bowl games and how they're unique to college football and.
So Zaxby's is the sponsor of the bowl?
Of the bowl,
oh, okay.
yeah. And they change a little bit. Ed's favorite thing to do, and I'm sure he'll tweet them out, is to find the most obscure, weird ones.
Yeah,
And-
the Thompson ball bearing bowl. Or
yeah, his favorite is still the Poulan Weed Eater Bowl. But,
Poulan
which I-
chainsaws, yes.
which I believe no longer exists. they ran out of money.
How is he with Ohio State's lot?
He was, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Dwayne Wade was doing an interview, and LeBron James starts yelling at Ohio State running back Dobbins, "Run, Dobbins," and some other stuff. And I had this exact same experience. I actually came down with the flu in the middle of the Utah volleyball game on Friday night. So Saturday night I was recovering, and I woke up periodically to screams.
To screaming?
Yeah, to screaming at some Ohio State player. Usually it was Dobbins, who got caught from behind twice. And so that's how I watched the game. Was he startling? Oh, what's happening now?
Now, the game I wish I went to this weekend was the Jazz game.
Yeah,
because
the Jazz.
apparently Donovan Mitchell is a badass.
And I sent Richie this amazing story that our new Jazz writer, who's also in his rookie season on an NBA beat, Eric Woodyard, who's from Flint, Michigan. He wrote an amazing story about how Donovan Mitchell came to be the player that he is. But he had 41 points in Friday's game. And as I said on your site, if not been to a Jazz game and you're not an NBA fan, which would completely describe me, go this season. Go to a game. Find a cheap game. Doesn't matter who they're playing. Make sure Donovan Mitchell's playing. But they won
41 points. That's more than your precious Gordon Hayward.
Well, someone pointed out it took Hayward. You're precious. He's yours.
He's dead to me. Gordon Hayward is dead to me.
He now
Donovan
becomes.
Mitchell. It's like you guys have children, and now he becomes your child.
I don't want him.
Well, he's yours.
And he's
Okay.
and he just seems like a good kid. Just
He's
a good,
well. So before he even played in a game, I saw him up at the Utah women's volleyball games, and I thought that's so cool that he's coming out and supporting the local college team. He was at a football game on the sideline. With a couple of the players, and I just thought it's so great that he's like immersing himself in Utah culture, right?
Yeah.
And
Even though Gordon Hayward has a broken leg, I heard he helped an old lady across the street
I don't
the other
think
day.
he did.
Well, Gordon Hayward actually was. I covered him going to primary children, so he was a good kid too.
Yeah.
He just chose to go somewhere else. Hopefully Donovan won't, but Donovan got a T-shirt from the Muss, so now he's a Utah fan officially, Gina. So you can really cheer for him. But no, he's something special, and you should go watch him. That's what I was.
I
that's
just hear that was
what
an
all that
awesome
about.
game to be at.
Can I just watch highlights?
You can, but
Okay.
it's not. Honestly, it's nothing like being in the arena
Yeah.
when something like that's going down. So I would say try to go to a game if you haven't. But back to college football, Weber State upset SUU in the FCS playoffs, which if the Division I teams would take note, the FCS playoffs so much more fun than the bowl games, I think, because there's intrigue. I mean, SUU beat Weber State in the regular season, so you would assume they would go in at a higher seed if they were just picking bowl opponents, right? But Weber State goes down there and beats them 30-13 on their home field, on SUU's home field. Advances. They play the number one team in the FCS, James Madison University, on Friday night.
What does that stand for, FCS?
Football Championship Series.
Well, thanks. Okay.
And in the NFL, the Eagles failed to become the first team to officially clinch its division by losing to the Seahawks.
Yeah, that was
who had to
weird.
keep their playoff hopes alive. So they had, I guess, more motivation. I don't know. That's what they say. I wanted it more. You
Yeah.
didn't want it enough. So
Yeah.
somebody didn't want it enough because they lost.
Giants lost again.
Giants to have a new quarterback. They benched Eli Manning. And
Are you okay? I was
am
worried
okay?
about you.
I think it's just the coach's attempts to try to save his own job, and
Well, it won't.
no, it won't.
They're
No,
pro-
he's done.
as a matter of fact, they say they're probably firing him today.
Really?
That would be great for me because I
You know,
thought
you
I
fire
just
them
thought-
on Friday. That's when you fire people.
What was sad was Eli's press conference when the media was
think
in.
he was
Oh
gonna
my
cry?
gosh,
He
was
always looks like he's going
he
to
does.
cry.
He does. In fairness, he does always look like someone just took his lunch.
Hey!
but
He's apparently a really nice guy, but he looks like a whiner. But,
He
and
does.
I don't, and
He
I don't
does.
think he is.
well, he's a baby brother, so my opinion is he probably is a whiner.
Maybe.
That's just I have a baby sister, so let's see. Some locals did well this weekend. You had former BYU running back Jamal Williams, who rushed for 113 yards in Green Bay's win.
Nice.
Former Ute Alex Smith threw a couple of TD passes, but they lost to the Jets.
I know.
And I did tweet out a funny thing. There was a Jets player who threw the penalty flag into the
I
stands.
saw that.
That was pretty funny. So I thought, man, that's worth being ejected for.
Yeah.
I like that. Former Utah safety Eric Weddle, he had a huge night in the Ravens win. They're on a 3-game win streak.
Can I ask, are the Jets still playing without a quarterback? Is that
Well, it depends on how you define quarterback.
Okay.
So just like the Cowboys won without a running back.
Yeah. Did the Panthers win?
I don't
Oh
know
no, they
if
didn't.
did.
I watched the end of that game. No, they lost.
I didn't check that one. And then the Steelers and the Bengals play tonight at 6:30. Utah women's volleyball and BYU women's volleyball both advanced to Sweet 16. They'll play this weekend. I put all that info on your site. And then let's see, there was one more. Snow College. They end their football season on a win. They come from behind to win the El Toro Bowl. See?
That's a good bowl, the El Toro Bowl.
The El Toro Bowl on Saturday. And then the Utah men's basketball team, they beat Hawaii. And the women beat St. Mary's. And BYU men, they got revenge on Utah State for beating them last year by beating them this year.
All right. You keep saying on your site. Do you know what our site is?
X96.com.
X96.com. All right.
Yeah, links to all of this on
and,
X96.com.
And I should say that if you want to see some amazing boxing, there's a USA boxing tournament all week. It starts boxing starts Tuesday. It's free until Saturday. You have to pay for the championship rounds, but it's at the Salt Palace. It's free. I'll have a story in tomorrow's paper about that. And then long track, World Cup at the Kearns Olympic Oval. So if you want to go see future Olympians from around the world, you probably see the Olympic gold medalists skating out in Kearns this weekend. So those are two things to keep in mind. And I think that one costs but it's super cheap.
You didn't mention the Barbie Jeep racing.
I didn't know about it.
All right. I've got a story about people who get in those Barbie Jeeps and race them.
Like grown-up people?
Yep.
That's a thing?
Yep.
Wow. Thank you, Amy.
Amy Donaldson, DeseretNews.com.
All right. You have traffic, Gina?
I do, and appreciate all the friends of the program that are sending it in, 33986. Police are blocking entrances to I-15 southbound 2100 north in Lehigh. The 215 westbound highway right after Redwood Road exit is super icy. There was an accident blocking the two right lanes there. Multi-vehicle crash northbound I-15 between 1600 North and Pleasant Grove Boulevard. Far right lane is clear and open. Police are on the scene there. Slowage southbound I-15 between 45th South and 123rd. That all comes from friends of the program, so thank you for that. Vehicle fire southbound I-15 Park Lane in Farmington. Left lanes are blocked. Traffic is at a standstill backing into Clearfield. Pretty much anywhere you're going this morning, you're going to need extra time. That's traffic brought to you by Sean Hogan and Everest Collision. They want you and your loved ones to get home safe and sound. Stop texting and driving. Download the Everest Collision app responsibly.
All right. Round one of your boner voting coming up. Stand by for that.
Also, I had a dream about both of you last night.
Uh-oh.
A big dream where something monumental happened.
Momentous?
Momentous. Monumental.
Okay, we'll see. Richie, I know you have HR on speed dial, so you could have that handy.
Okay.
Just
you
in
might
case.
need them.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll get to that after these. Haster Games and Hobby. Got to tell you about this now. I'm gonna say some things that may sound foreign to you.
Okay.
And if it does sound foreign to you, might I suggest a gift certificate from Haster Games and Hobbies for the person that you know is into that stuff. You don't need to be an expert in it. They are. Get a gift certificate. So these new items are coming out. If you're into the Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, that kind of thing, Haster Games, the place to go. Inventory includes these hot items. Unstable, the set is available December 8th. Explorers of Echelon, Exelon? Yeah, available now. Magic the Gathering gift box, that's available now. Dungeons and Dragons, Xanathar's Guide to Everything is available now.
Yeah, I don't
See,
follow
again,
that.
Xanathar's.
That's where the gift certificate will come in. But you know people who are into this stuff. They carry the best selection of all the latest board games and Magic products. They buy, this is cool, they buy your pre-owned games and Magic products as well. Haster Games, located at 6831 South State. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, noon to 5 on Sunday. Great place to stay and play. They are also accepting donations for Toys for Tots, their donation center. They'll be collecting those through the 8th. Haster has it, 6831 South State, or go online to hastergames.com. Hi there, it's Kerry Jackson. Geek Show is me and all my best friends sitting in my basement studio, drinking, laughing, and talking about the stuff we love. Sci-fi, movies, TV shows, comic books, toys, games, and more. Get a new Not Safe for Work episode every Monday morning.
GeekShowPodcast.com.
I had a Mary Jane candy yesterday.
I've never heard of a Mary Jane candy.
Mary Jane's. Mary Jane's.
You get that in Colorado?
It's you ever heard of Mary Jane?
No.
Famous old candy. Originally made in 1914.
That's probably stale.
By the Charles N. Miller Company, later by Stark Candy Company, now manufactured by Necco.
Oh.
And
did you go back to Backyard Birds?
no, my my 11-year-old daughter, little Mrs. Bill, went up to the 7-Eleven and came back and said, "Look, they have Mary Jane's up there."
She knows what that is?
Sure, she's had them before. But listen, we know candy in our family.
Old candy.
And new candy. They know all kinds of candy. The candy, Mary Jane's, Charles Miller invented this candy and named them after his favorite aunt, Mary Jane.
Ah.
And there's a picture of a little girl on
Wonder how his other aunts felt about that.
Well, he had a favorite aunt, Mary Jane. Maybe he didn't have any others, but they're terrible.
Really?
I'd forgotten how terrible they are. I think they maybe used to be a little better. It's peanut butter, essentially, or peanut. There used to be peanut butter, sort of more peanut butter in them, and peanut butter and molasses. And they're chewy, like taffy.
Yeah.
But now they're just more sort of molassesy and sugary and very little peanutty. I was disappointed, but she was excited to find them and enjoyed them. Never had a Mary Jane? No. Would you eat a Mary Jane if somebody gave you one?
Not when you've described it, how terrible it is.
Well, but I mean, if I just said it was peanut butter and molasses, would you go, "Oh, I'll try that"?
Yeah.
You don't have anything against molasses? No. It's just kind of...
What would I have against molasses?
Well, I don't know. You have weird food things.
Molasses is fine.
I thought, I think it's...
I have things in common with molasses.
That's well, you're as slow as it.
Yes.
But in January, that's what my mother used to say. Would you hurry? You're as slow as molasses in January, which is, I think, the slowest of all molasses.
And I'm referencing Bugs Bunny twice again on today's show.
Yeah.
He was borrowing a cup of molasses from somebody. He had his coffee cup. Elmer shot a hole through it. And it's snowing around, okay? And it starts to run out, and he goes, I didn't think molasses would run in January.
Yeah, there you go. And then of course, there's all different. There's blackstrap molasses, which is the realies. See, I didn't think you'd like molasses because it's too strong.
It's
it's like strong syrup.
You don't need a spoonful of it. It's an ingredient amongst other things.
Some people use it in lieu of syrup on things.
Ew.
They'll drizzle molasses on their pancakes or on cereals or whatever. I find it a little. Oh, and the brand of molasses that you buy in the grocery store
has a rabbit on it.
It's Brer Rabbit.
Yeah.
Brer Rabbit molasses. So I
insist on Brer Rabbit molasses.
Buying molasses.
I don't think we can go into the whole reason that why Brer Rabbit might be on the.
Ask your grandpa about Song of the South, kids.
Yeah. Or when you go to Disneyland, what is it? Big Thunder
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is full of characters that Disney no longer promotes or uses.
But they're in there.
Yeah, that ride.
But that's the only place. Your laughing place. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Your laughing place.
That's where Brer Rabbit is.
Yeah. I like that ride, actually.
Always get wet.
And it's a nice place to cool off at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm. All right. 7:04, 7:05. Just real quick, don't forget tonight.
Yeah.
Dashboard confessional.
Yeah, well, actually, Carrie, we're going to do that today.
Right.
There's a Lounge X with Dashboard Confessional here at Club 50 West. Now, you must be 21 or older to attend, but it's free, and it's Dashboard. We'll be here for a short set, and you might even have a chance to meet them, which would be cool. So that's Club 50 West at noon. And then later tonight, it's The Nightmare Before Xmas. There are still tickets available for that at the complex, slc.com. All Gray Whale locations, smithtix.com, or you'll be able to buy them at the door, I bet.
The three of us will be there.
Yep.
It's an added attraction that you can actually say, hey, how's it going? Hi, Bill. Hi, Carrie, Gina. Hi, you guys. How you doing? We like that. So
yeah, do it come for us so you can say hi.
Sure. We're just like the cherry on top of that beautiful cake. That sundae, well, ice cream, whatever. So it's tonight at complexslc.com. You can get tickets there. Dashboard Confessional, and I don't know how, but they found me opening up for them. So had a very vivid dream last night.
Vivid, eh?
Very vivid. So I was all, it's probably because, so I'm all outfitted in my, I got my CPAP on.
Just paint the picture for us, Bill.
Yeah, CPAP on, and I also had to take an oxygen test. So I have on my finger a little sensor.
A pulse oximeter.
Yeah, very good. And that goes to a little machine that was just in the bureau, on the bedside bureau. So that might be just the foreign stuff on my body might have been what caused my vivid dream. I don't know. Or maybe it was a bit of undigested beef or perhaps some mustard. At any rate, vivid dream. And a lot of it involved a hotel. And we were staying in a hotel. The three of us were there. And I don't know. I was kind of like for a convention or something. It was unclear. And it was a hotel that had an amazing elevator that I could not figure out how to work. I would end up on the wrong floor almost every time.
This is such a dream.
It was just bizarre. And the elevator was also cool because part of the hotel, the elevator stopped going up vertically and started to move sideways, horizontally.
Like Star Trek.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like, and then I could see things. There was a window and I could see things as they went by, there were exhibits and bones and stuff, but I couldn't figure out how to work it. And I'd say, I think we were on the three of us were staying on the 6th floor, and I would push what I thought was the 6th floor button and I'd end up on the 30th floor. And then I go, no, geez. What? And then so I'd push the 6th floor and I'd end up in the lobby. And so finally somebody showed me how to work the elevator properly, and I can't remember, but there was a pass-through button of some kind you had to push. Anyway, so but we were all in a room together and there were other people around in the room, and Carrie and I think were sharing a bed. Which
here we go.
Which was
there we go.
Which was odd, but Carrie and I used to, whenever we would travel for work, we would, because there was not enough money involved, we almost always had to share a room for a long time.
But not a bed.
Not a bed,
no.
But we'd always, there would be 2 beds in the room. And so we've done that and never seen each other naked. In all that time, we've
How about
talked
this dream?
about that.
Are we going to
No? No, naked. There was no nudity in this dream.
Oh, well, okay.
I'm kind of
you could have led with that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sitting here.
You're getting all tense. No,
yes.
no nudity
Those
in the
aren't
dream.
pillows.
Yeah, I kind of wish there had been, because the really bizarre part of the dream is coming up.
All right.
So, but Carrie and I remember we were trying to have our sleeping arrangements. And we somehow decided that it would be best if I slept with my head at the foot of the bed and my feet up at the top.
The middle is still in the same place.
You slept up with your head up, and I don't know why we decided that, but we did. But you were also you were not staying in that room, but you're an adjoining kind of room,
Mm-hmm.
Gina. Now I've said that I have never had a dream about you, particularly an erotic dream about you. We've talked about this before. I remember talking.
Yes.
Well.
Uh-oh.
That changed last night.
Richie, you got that HR number handy?
Now it's not that bad. We were both clothed.
Okay.
But I remember you were sitting on the floor, and I.
Oh yeah, that would never happen in real life.
I got off the bed, and for some reason,
Carrie,
we decided to kiss.
No.
I know it was weird, and I remember thinking, no, I don't want what, but it was somehow unavoidable.
It was unavoidable.
It just had to happen. And
Carrie,
so,
why didn't you get in the middle of that and stop
I was
it?
too focused on the whole head to toe thing.
He was over there still trying to figure that out.
I was measuring,
Yeah. And so
not going to cross this line right here.
We kissed. Now there was not much other touching going on other than lips.
Good.
I think maybe I had my arms around your shoulders. That's because I was like kneeling on the floor.
Yeah.
And we didn't kiss for very long, but it was good. And this is weird. And we so our faces parted, and we looked at each other and said, well, this should really go no further.
It should have never happened in the first place.
Well, yeah. And that's I think one of us said that.
It probably was me.
Yeah. But it was not in any way or shape forced. It was mutual. Let's try this. I think it was that kind of a thing. Well, let's try this. Because I've never had any kind of.
You don't feel that way about me at all.
No, I
Thank
never
God.
have. Well, I never have. I just never. When I first met you, I like you, and I liked you when I met you, but never in a romantic way.
I'm
ever,
glad.
ever.
It's made things much easier.
But when we kissed in the dream, there was that feeling of well, and that's and then it was no.
I'd like to file a report.
Is this sexual harassment?
No. It was just a dream.
Can I get some money?
Bill,
you owe me $25.
Well, Richie, for a kiss in a dream?
No. You owe me $25.
I'll give you 10.
As a sexual harassment expert.
Yes. As one who has been.
But see, this is where it would be different with Richie. At the end of the story, he'd go, "And I'm not in unless you're into it." I would never do that unless you were interested.
Did you want to?
Yeah.
Because I'm joking. Unless you want to.
Now, you see, you're right. If I had ended the dream story that way, then I think that could be considered harassment. But really, in the dream, it was like, that was just the dream, and I have no desire to do that. Zero.
Good. Because that ain't happening.
Or maybe 1%. Maybe.
Depends how much.
Unless,
Well, maybe, but I don't know.
I don't know. What do you think of that, huh? What do you think of that?
$25.
Yeah, let's get Gloria Allred online.
Yep.
Let's get her in here.
So anyway, but it was just weird because I don't even remember ever having you in a dream. Carrie's been in my dreams occasionally.
No, you've
before.
talked about me being in a dream.
Well, but never romantically, that's for sure.
Things are not romantic on the roads this morning, that's for sure. I-15 southbound is closed, 800 north in Orem. All traffic being diverted off the freeway at 800 north. Medical helicopter is supposed to be on the scene there. Vehicle fire southbound I-15 Park Lane in Farmington. Left lanes are blocked. Traffic is at a standstill back to Clearfield. Multi-vehicle crashes, I-15, both northbound and southbound. Icy roads and too fast speeds are making for a bad day this morning. We're at that point where I can't tell you all of the different incidents because there are so many. Now, the snow should be letting up, but it's really slick out there, so give yourself some extra time this morning. That's traffic.
Boner of the day, round one. Boner round one coming up. Here are your candidates. Boner candidate number 1, this boy is a repeat offender. Number 2, flying out of the car is part of the fun. And boner number 3, Santa cannot be naked when he comes down the chimney.
Oh, all right. Boners Round 1, big boy news, all coming up. Stand by for that. RandLife.com.
You need a mortgage? These are the people to talk to because they're local. They hold the mortgage on my house.
Yeah.
I've used them to refinance and
it doesn't have to be your first mortgage. You can refinance with them too.
It's down in Sandy.
Yeah,
you know?
And they know as much as anybody about mortgages and interest rates and how to finance things for your particular situation.
And once you're a client of theirs, I know this happened with you, Bill. You weren't even really looking for a refinance, but they contacted you and said, hey, rates are really good. This might be a good time for you to refinance, and you were able to save some money.
Now, this season, Rand Life will be fundraising for both the Utah Food Bank and the Road Home. Rand Life will have food collection bins and a collection box for the Road Home. For the food bank, you can donate both perishables, non-perishable food items, I should say, and cash card donations. For the Road Home this year, Rand Life decided to focus on kids. So go to randlife.com for more.
Well, it's that time of year, isn't it? You know, when you think of your family, you think of snowmen, and, of course, winning free stuff from the radio.
X96 presents the X Days of Xmas.
10 days of different prizes from your friends at X96.
All you need to do is listen to win every weekday at 9 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m.
Prizes include gift cards from places like
Kirkham's Outdoor Products, Haster Games, Metatrina, and $250 worth of detailing from Polished Image Auto Detailing. One grand prize winner will win one of each prize, and you can enter to win that on X96.com. The X Days of Xmas from X96. Ho, ho, ho.
It's iPhone season.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! We join our elders as they arrive on Vulcan. They hope to find a cure for Lehi, who is suffering from Pon farr.
Ah, Vulcan, world of logic, place of pointy-eared people. Here I will seek out my mates and find man who killed parents. Settle down and raise pointy-eared offspring.
Knock it off, Lehi. You aren't a Vulcan. I was hoping you only had the 24-hour type of Pon farr. Dang it. Oh, here comes somebody. Excuse me, sir?
Greetings. You are new to Vulcan?
Hi, I'm Elder Spock, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Spock? He is a legend on Vulcan. You mock us by using his name.
Oh, we mean no disrespect. Lehi here is Spock. I mean, they mind melded and something went wrong. Elder Spock here is suffering from Pon farr.
Pon farr? This is almost illogical. We must meet with T'Pau. She will know how to proceed.
This is Spock? He does not look like Spock. Fascinating. So the great son of Vulcan has sent you as his replacement? Joining will go on as scheduled.
Joining? What joining?
My parents chose my mate when I was 7. We were telepathically linked, and now is the time for us to be wed.
Spock was joined with this woman. You haven't even gone to Snellgroves with her. You can't marry her. Talk about breaking the rules.
We are all gathered. We shall proceed. We are here to complete the joining of Spock and T'Pring. Unless there is anyone here who objects, the ceremony will commence.
Excuse me, T'Pau, ma'am, I have a problem with this.
Only Vulcans are allowed to protest. One more word out of you and I will have you removed from this holy place. Now, shall we begin?
I protest.
T'Pring, no. Why?
I have chosen another to be my mate. I choose Elder Jensen.
But I was to be the one you chose.
A challenge has been made. T'Pring has chosen her companion and is her right. Let the combat to the death begin.
Combat? To the death? Oh, come on, Lehi Spock. You know I can take you in a fair fight. Be logical. Give up now before I have to hurt you. Hey, you cut my Mr. Max suit. Why, they ought to teach this at the MTC.
Oh. We have our victor. Elder Spook shall wed to bring.
Excuse me, ma'am, but I don't think I can go through with this. You see, I just killed my companion, and we're way out of our sector. My zone leader won't be happy at all. I really should be going.
And I will be free to take Ston as my husband.
Is this the end of Butch? Will Zone Leader Hansen really be upset at Lehigh for killing his companion? Will Spock show any emotion when he finds out that his fiancée has married another? Tune into our next episode to hear Butch say...
Hey, man, be careful. Do you have to drag my body all over every rock?
Butch, you're alive!
Keep it down. I faked my death so I wouldn't have to kill you. I'm glad to see you're back to being your old self.
I didn't kill you. I didn't. I don't remember much of anything about the past week,
Look,
though.
just drag me back to my hyperbike and I'll tell you all about it.
Well, we left the quadrant. What's Zone Leader Hansen gonna say?
Well, maybe we just won't tell him.
Well, that would be the logical thing to do.
Huh?
On the next finger-crossing episode of Space Elder!
Now, time for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote who is the worst. Who of these 3 candidates deserves to go forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. If it wins here, it's got a 50-50 chance. It'll go up against the winner of round 2's Boner voting, which happens 1 hour from now. Then Boner Fights at 9:20. So 2 candidates now, a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3 candidates, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive...
I can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell boner t-shirt, courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair. Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon, try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car check over before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Here's boner candidate number 1. This boy is a repeat offender.
A recidivist?
Yep. I think you'll see what I mean. Now, his mugshot probably will come up at x96.com/live. Well, this guy, Randy Earl Jones Jr.
Randy Earl Jones Jr., you get in here.
Was taken into custody by the Cleveland Police Department, and he's been placed in the county jail for reportedly, there he is, pleasuring himself in front of customers at the Walmart in Cleveland. Records show he is on probation in San Jacinto County for doing the same thing, pleasuring himself in front of customers at a Walmart.
Oh, it's the Walmart.
Yes.
Everything is the same. He has a very specific... set of requirements.
A repeat offender for indecent exposure in Texas must register as a sex offender, said Liberty County Attorney Matt Poston. Poston said that would be a felony if the registration is not current. Jones was in Texas, living in Texas, and he was charged with indecent exposure for pleasuring himself at a Walmart. And he was sentenced to probation, and he goes to Cleveland, and he does the same thing. Boner candidate number 1, this boy is a repeat offender.
They got a name for people like you, Hi. That name is called recidivism. Repeat offender. Not a pretty name, is it, Hi?
No, sir.
That's one bonehead name. You cut it off by...
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's one bonehead name, but that ain't me anymore.
No, I think he cut it off at the right place. All right, here's boner candidate number 2. He's a bonehead, not a boner. Boner candidate number 2. Flying out of the car is part of the fun. You should see this video. An extremely terrifying moment. Did you watch this, Carrie?
I haven't seen it. Are we going to have it at x96.com/live, Dylan?
I don't know. A terrifying tumble was caught on camera Wednesday as a passenger went flying out of the car as they were spinning doing donuts in the middle of the street in San Francisco.
Wow.
Dramatic footage of a solo sideshow gone horribly wrong reinforced the dangers that authorities have said, don't do donuts with your car.
But it's fun.
The clip shows a black Camaro spinning donuts and the passenger side door pops open and a guy comes just flying out of the car into the street.
So he also wasn't wearing his seatbelt.
Right. And the doors weren't locked.
Oh, boy.
Somehow the teen passenger was ejected from the moving car. He is instantly on the ground screaming in pain. The driver picks him up, puts him back in the car, and speeds off.
I guess we're having a technical problem. We thought we had the video, but if you go at x96.com and look for the
video. It's there. Oh, there's a link there.
Boner candidate number 2. Flying out of the car is part of the fun.
Oh, here we go. He's got it.
Oh, he's got it.
There he is.
Whoa, see him fly out of there?
That back tire nearly got him, too.
Yeah, he hurts. You can tell he hurts. But he deserved it. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Santa can't be naked when he comes down the chimney.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 1. After Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Feldman's Deli, Utah's only authentic Jewish deli, featuring world-class New York beef, pastrami, bagels, matzo ball soup, a variety of specials, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with live music Friday and Saturday nights. Check out feldmansdeli.com.
Not open today.
No. By the way, I'd like to draw your attention to a tweet that I did, or a retweet, and it's
at RFH Bill.
At RFH Bill, and it's a retweet from a guy. I think his name is Michael Linden. And he says, remember when the Republicans complained about the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, being rushed through? Mm-hmm. Well, here is what a truly rushed legislative process looks like. And it's just a timeline, a graph.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows Obamacare on the top and the long process that it went through. And then it shows this tax cut bill that they're proposing.
Because that's the argument that defenders of this tax bill are using is, well, you didn't complain when they rammed Obamacare down our throat.
Well, they didn't rush. They didn't rush it.
That's a lie.
It started in and it's just a really good graphic representation. Obamacare. They started talking about it, doing a budget resolution in April of 2009. The final deal was done maybe March 2010,
Mm-hmm.
so a year at least. There it is, x96.com/live. You don't really need to read it, just look at that.
Yeah, there were hundreds of Republican amendments that were added to the Affordable Care Act.
Right. So here's a story for you, Gina.
Yes.
A 49-year-old Wall Street private equity manager was diving with a group of friends off a Costa Rica island, according to officials, when she was killed by a tiger shark.
Whoa!
I don't go in the ocean.
Rohina Bandari, who lived on the Upper East Side of New York, suffered fatal bites to both her legs. This was Thursday while diving with a group near Cocos Island, a national park about 300 miles off the Costa Rican mainland. Bandari was a senior director at W.L. Ross & Company, a firm founded by Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, and she often attended New York charity events. There's a picture of her at x96.com/live that I just missed. But the death of one of the vibrant brunette came as a shock to her friends. She was apparently a great fund manager and financial person. But tiger sharks are very predatory. And, yep,
There's no sharks in the pool.
they ate her up, as far as you know.
I don't swim anywhere I can't see the bottom.
Let's see now. President Donald Trump's move to shrink Bears Ears and the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monuments will touch off a flurry of litigation, most assuredly, and legislation also, as soon as he leaves town. Representative Chris Stewart, Republican of Utah, promised a dramatic announcement, possibly as soon as Monday afternoon, on the heels of the president's action.
Okay.
It's going to be one of those things, Chris Stewart said, that people will say, that really is a win-win.
It makes me nervous.
I bet. I just bet. Stewart, whose district includes Grand Staircase, declined to go into detail, but said that there would be legislation to not only put the president's downsized monuments into law, but legislation that goes further as well. He said the bills would include management plans and protection for antiquities.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Oh, by the way, Donald Trump is also expected to visit with leaders from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the legislature.
Today.
I expect that's where the gaffe will be.
Yeah, when he visits Utah. The president is expected to be here for about 4 hours before flying back to Washington, D.C. at 1:30 in the afternoon.
He's just coming here, doing it, and then going back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Wrong.
I'm glad when I go to bed tonight he won't be here.
Yes.
The southern, and also he won't be in your pool.
Nope.
So
Wrong.
I don't want to swim anywhere where I think Donald Trump might be in the pool.
You know, most shark attacks happen in like 2 to 3 feet of water.
Not in the pool.
Well, yes, as far as you know. Now, some emails show that pretty much everybody on Trump's transition team knew that Mike Flynn had talked to the Russians.
Whoops.
Everybody knew that Mike Flynn had talked to the Russians. So why Mike Flynn lied about it is still the big question. And
I thought you'd be mad.
It really is unfathomable as to why he might have lied. Now, as far as James Comey's goes, he's kind of lying low right now, not saying much. Although he's become quite a Twitter and Instagram person, and he just did a wonderful Instagram where it's a picture of a beautiful, I think it's sunset, and it says this. Beautiful Long Island Sound from Westport, Connecticut. To paraphrase the Buddha, so it's just a picture of a sunset. To paraphrase the Buddha, 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Pow! Speaking of the truth, you know, Donald Trump is now saying that Access Hollywood tape where he talked about grabbing women in their private areas, that might be a fake tape. Well, Billy Bush, in an editorial in the New York Times, who was with Donald Trump at the time, begs to differ with the president and says, as a matter of fact, I now believe every single one of the allegations made against Donald Trump when it comes to sexual harassment. He slammed the president for engaging in revisionist history after reports indicated that Trump has been questioning the authenticity of the Access Hollywood tape. The tape features Trump bragging about sexually harassing women.
Trump
he said
admitted to it before.
Yes, he did. He said it.
Yeah, it was locker room talk.
Locker room talk.
Grab him by the
party.
Of course, he said it. He said it. Bush then added he recently went back to an October 2016 article that detailed the personal accounts of 20 women accusing Donald Trump of sexual harassment and misconduct, including groping, unwanted advances, and kissing them without their permission. To these women, I will never know the fear you felt or the frustration of being summarily dismissed and called a liar, but I do know a lot about the anguish of being inexorably linked to Donald Trump.
Yeah, it's ruined his career and life.
And then he said to them, you have my respect and admiration. You are culture warriors at the forefront of necessary change. So I think Billy Bush is feeling, he's feeling
well, he lost his job and his wife over this.
Oh, did his wife leave him as well?
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Let's see now. Just one other quick thing here. There's an article in USA Today, And it's about the 15, well, it's cities and the best places to work in these various cities. And there are 15 places in Utah considered great companies to work for.
Really?
Yeah. The X96 is not among them.
What?
A couple of the companies you know, and then there are a bunch you wouldn't know. But Ancestry, Ancestry.com, Cotopaxi, our good friends at Cotopaxi.
I love Cotopaxi.
Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to just pick a couple of the others. Overstock. And those are the only ones that I know, particularly. Oh, Domo. I've heard of Domo.
Yes.
Something called Jive Communications. I have no idea what that is.
I don't speak Jive.
Probably. That's obviously. Yeah. All right. So anyway.
All right. Thank you. Weather, traffic.
So the snow is subsiding, but it is very cold right now. Let me see. It's about 20 degrees right now, and it'll only get up to 36. And that snow and cold weather has caused massive problems this morning. Crash northbound I-15 in Linden, blocking all lanes of the freeway as UHP is moving cars to the left side. Medical helicopter on the scene there as well. It's just tons of accidents, 215, people spinning out. There's too many to mention. Give yourself some extra time this morning, no matter where you're traveling. Too much going on to be specific, but if you see something you want to let me know, 33986.
We've got Foo Fighters tickets to give away coming up before 8 o'clock.
There'll be it's a keyword thing.
Yes, it's a keyword thing coming up.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Santa can't be naked when he comes down the chimney. It's a very simple short story, and it's sad. Butler, Pennsylvania, police say somebody on the naughty list stole Santa's suit and hat, valued at $520 from a Pennsylvania mall. State police said Sunday in a report that the theft happened between November 27th and 29th at the Clearview Mall in Butler County. The report says it is unknown who took the full Santa Claus suit and bag and extra hat from a back room at the mall. Police said police list the victim as North Pole Photo. The mall's website says North Pole Photo provides pictures with Santa throughout the holiday season, as that one we were just showing at x96.com/live. But somebody stole. Santa can't be naked when he comes down the chimney. Boner candidate number 3.
Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. This boy is a repeat offender. A guy arrested in Cleveland for pleasuring himself in front of customers at a Walmart. And it turns out he was on probation for doing the same thing in Texas. There's boner candidate number 2. Flying out of the car is part of the fun. It's a kid was thrown from a car spinning donuts on Excelsior Street in San Francisco.
Excelsior!
Yeah, so they were. That was a lot of fun. The door just came open. He came flying out. Yeah. And then boner candidate number 3, Santa cannot be naked when he comes down the chimney.
All right. Let's get to voting. This is round 1. Round 1. You've got to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. All right, 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number. Put that in the message of a text. That's all we need. And then text that to 33986. Easy. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 1, December 4. And vote there. Very easy to do. You've only got about like 4 minutes to get your vote in, so let's go. It's round 1.
The music starts at 10 with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
Let's join Carrie and Bill at the Acme Broadcasting Company party at Rockport Reservoir.
Boy, what a nice day for a company party, huh?
Oh, God, yes. I mean, it's just beautiful up here. And you know, we deserve this, don't we?
I think that everybody on the staff deserves a nice party like this. I mean, we've all worked so hard to get this station to show in the ratings.
Yeah. Showing up in the top 35 stations ain't that easy either.
Nope.
Hey, look at everybody down there on the beach by the picnic table. You know, we ought to hike down there.
No, we can get a much better shot at all of them with our paintball guns from up here.
Huh.
Now look at Mario there. I'll bet you I can knock that beer right out of his hand.
Good shot. hey, they can't see us up here, can they?
Well, apparently not. Hey, listen, see if you can splatter the side of Bessie with a volley of that green paint you got.
Righto. Just about spelled my name. Hey, they're all starting to scatter and take cover now. What a great party. Hey, see if you can hit Sonny before she makes it to that tree.
Okay. Oh, damn, I missed her. You know, she's so thin, there's not much of a target there. Hey, what's Ed Acme doing?
Well, it looks like he's pushed over the picnic table and he's using it as a barrier. Get out your binoculars.
Got him. Oh, my God. That's a 30-30 he's pulling out of his knapsack. Oh! And it looks like he's got a bead on us, too. That was too close.
Godfrey! Jeez, everybody else seems to be packing heat, too. Look at that. Mario's gunning back at us with some kind of flare gun.
Whoa!
Gee!
All right, Sonny thinks she's going to hit us clear up here with that little pistol of hers.
Oh!
Oh, but Acme's really got us pinned down with that thing.
Well, then I guess it's a good thing I brought this to the company party, isn't it?
Oh, an Uzi.
Yeah.
Bill, you the man. Oh, God, what a great party. All right, 7:44. Time to award round one of your boner voting.
And round one of the boner voting brought to you in part by a bowl of chili verde.
And Alpine Plastic Surgery, specializing in sculpting your body to achieve the goals you have above and beyond what diet and exercise provide. Visit alpineplasticsurgery.com and schedule a free consultation today.
Boner candidate number one, this boy is a repeat offender. It's a guy arrested in Cleveland for pleasuring himself in front of customers at a Walmart there. Turns out he was on probation for doing the same thing at a Walmart in Texas. he's, as Gina put it, he has a very specific set of requirements.
Yes.
Boner
The poor thing.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
can't, any
I
any
guess.
other combination of things just doesn't work.
It doesn't
the
work
same,
for him.
so.
No, there has to be a greeter.
There has to be cheap solo cups.
That's exactly
and-
a greeter. Boner candidate number 2, flying out of the car is part of the fun. A car in San Francisco doing dangerous donuts on a public street, and as the car is doing these donuts, the back or the door flies open, and a kid just comes flying out into the street. No seatbelt, door's not locked, doing donuts. There you go. And boner candidate number 3, Santa can't be naked when he comes down the chimney. Whoever the horrible people were that stole the Santa Claus suit and hat and bag from a mall in Pennsylvania. David won the boner t-shirt, and the winner, boner candidate number 1. This boy is a repeat offender.
All right. Sure, winner of round 1. It goes up against the winner of round 2 in boner fight. Round 2 voting happens at 8:20. Boner fight happens at 9:20.
Now, at the end of this break, we're going to give you a keyword to win Foo Fighters tickets.
All right. Okay. So I was, yesterday I went to the new Winco. I had never been to a Winco before.
What is a Winco?
It is a grocery store. And it's it's owned by the employees. So everyone who works there has kind of a stock in the store. Even the people who stock the shelves have a stock in the store. And I'd never been to a Winco before, and it is amazing. There's a brand new one. It's on just where the Ritz Classic bowling pin is. It's across the street from that on State Street. Well, first of all, it's huge, and there's just stuff. Just stuff.
Carrie,
everywhere.
you'd hate it.
Well,
no, I don't know.
if the aisles are nice and wide,
Well,
I'm okay.
And Carrie,
but they rarely are.
They're open 24 hours a day.
Oh, that's always good.
So 7 days a week. So I'm guessing if you go there at 2 in the morning or 11 at night or something, there's not going to be a lot of people there, and it would be a more pleasant experience for you. It was fairly busy, and this was Sunday afternoon.
Well, it's new.
Fairly busy.
People are doing what you were doing, is checking it out.
well,
No, because Jimmy and Kat went and did the same thing. They just wanted to take a look.
Yeah, no, I went for some specific things that I needed, and they have this enormous bulk food section with just
I don't
all
trust the
kinds
bulk
of stuff.
food section.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to trust it. That's
just open bins that any grubby-handed kid can reach his hand in there.
There are lids with springs on them on all of the bins. But at any rate, yeah, I know you don't trust them. I went there for a very specific thing, and one of those things was I was scooping them and putting them into a bag. Are candied cherries.
You making fruitcake?
Well, a woman next to me said, what do you use those for? I said, I'm making fruitcake.
You really are making fruitcake?
Yes, and they have, and I needed candied pineapple in the bulk section, and they had candied pineapple. And then they have this big bin of, now, in my mother's recipe, it says that brightly colored candied fruit. You know what it means?
Neon
It looks
colored,
like neon, and they had a whole bin of that.
How much of that can they possibly sell?
I don't know.
I mean, because what else do you use that for?
I thought the joke was that people don't make fruitcake
Yeah.
at all. It's the same fruitcakes have been circulated for the past 20 years.
I think, didn't I give you a piece of my mom's fruitcake once saying, I can give you some fruitcake that you will like?
It must have been a long time ago.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
It sounds like you got another piece coming, Carrie.
Well, hopefully, I don't know.
I'll give it a try. Sure.
I'm trying, but you got to make them now because you put them in cans and stuff, and you wrap them up in cheesecloth, and then once a week or so you go in and you kind of pour some brandy on them, so that they get really good. They're delicious.
Wait a minute. You make the cake and then you wrap it up and
You let it cure. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you keep it in a cool, dark place, and you just put some brandy on it occasionally, see if it needs a drink. You need a drink? You can kind of tell if it gets too dry. But the Winco is amazing, and they have like a huge seafood department. But this is the thing I was most amazed about. Oh, and I saw a friend of the program there. When I was walking out with my cart, he said, "Hey, Bill, good to see you out." You know, like I'm a shut-in or something.
You must have meant I'm the shut-in. Bill's not the shut-in.
Yeah, if you see Carrie
if you see me out, that's a rare sight.
Yeah. So you take your shopping cart to the car, and they have these corrals, just like grocery stores do, but these are different. They're all lined up. They're like, there's a row of 2 rows of cars, and there's a shopping cart corral, and then the next 2 rows of cars, there's a shopping cart corral, and they're in absolute direct line with each other. They're not just kind of willy-nilly scattered around the parking lot. And there are a bunch of them through the parking lot. And they have this power machine that a guy just kind of holds on to that it's hard to describe. I should have looked up a video of it because I'm sure there is one. It said, a shopping cart power motor machine or something. And the guy just sort of walks along with it, and it grabs a cart, and then it just pushes a line of them all the way through the parking lot, and it just keeps gathering them.
Taking away our good shopping cart gathering job.
Well, no, it's still a guy, but it's they don't have to. It's still a guy, but you see them struggle in the parking lots when they're taking the carts back in. This machine just bam, and there were 2 guys doing it, one on the other end of the parking lot, but the neat thing is that it just runs. Am I describing that well?
Yeah.
It runs through the whole row of shopping cart corrals and just slams them all up together, and then he can just power walk them into the
Target
the store.
has that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. I was amazed. I'd never seen that.
Yeah.
I stood there in the parking lot in the cold watching this for like 10 minutes.
Look at that.
This is great. So anyway, but the Winco, it's pretty. You should go there. It's pretty. If you've not been to a Winco, it's pretty astonishing.
I just like my Harmons.
Well, of course, but
I'm not going to my Harmons.
I'm not going. But how do you know? I know. I just
because I like to shop local. I like my Harmons.
But Winco is local. I mean, it's local. It's the employees own it, and they carry a lot of local products there because they carry everything there.
And people are asking, "Are you sure Bill isn't the shut-in? Because this is the first time he's seen one of these things."
Yeah. I've never seen them. Because I shot. I mean,
I've not seen them. I'm still having a hard time picturing what it is.
Do you know why you haven't seen them? You shop downtown, and the parking lots downtown aren't that big. Well, but if you shop further out,
some of the newer places have them, the big parking lots.
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
And here's a suggestion with your fruitcake, Bill. Jim says, I had an uncle, still drunk from a New Year's celebration, make a ham sandwich with 2 slices of fruitcake, complete with mustard.
Well,
it's the sweet and the
sweet and the salt. Sweet and salt.
See, unlike Gina, I'm not going to say, no, I just prefer my fruitcake that way. I'm not going to do. I might try that. Just
sweeten the salt.
Yeah. All right. I'll find a video of those shopping cart things carrying.
We have a giveaway.
Okay.
X96 is proud to welcome Foo Fighters, the Concrete and Gold Tour to the Vivint Smart Home Arena, Tuesday, December 12th. Tickets are on sale at all Ticketmaster.com locations. Let's see. I'm going to give you a keyword. You'll text that in to 33986. The keyword is concrete. Let me spell that for you. CONCRETE. Concrete. Text that to 33986.
All right. Let's see. Do you have traffic?
I do.
Sorry.
The on-ramp from 5th South into downtown Salt Lake, I-15 southbound, is closed. You're going to need to find an alternate route out of Salt Lake City. I guess luckily this time in the morning, most people are coming into Salt Lake rather than going out, but that is completely closed. Crash northbound I-15 in Linden, blocking all lanes of the freeway. Massive slowage northbound I-15 through Linden, and actually there's some residual slowage going southbound because we had some accidents from people slowing down going the other direction. So
I haven't seen a time when Trump is supposed to be here, but that's going to cause a lot of problems.
I heard it's around 11 o'clock.
Is it? Oh, okay.
And he'll be downtown, and there will be blocking off roads for the motorcade. Mm-hmm. Now, they purposefully don't announce that till right before.
Right.
So I would go on the UDOT app and keep that handy. if you're in downtown midday today, because that might affect your moving around, because they'll block off several streets for quite a while for that.
Let's us try to get out of the downtown area before.
Yeah, I ain't sticking around.
Well, you never do.
But I'm really not sticking around in it.
She has an excuse today, is what she's saying.
Right. Trump's on the way. I gotta go.
A couple of things. Dashboard Confessional. You can see them at noon today with a kind of an acoustic set they're going to do at Club 50 West. 50 West Club and Cafe, right below us, 50 West Broadway in Salt Lake. Music starts at noon. Space is limited, so arrive early. You got to be 21 and older. Might I suggest you take the train in?
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about the traffic so much.
Yeah, you can get off right by the gateway and walk. It's like a block away from there.
Just walk a block right over here. So that is today. And tonight is the X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas show at the Complex featuring Dashboard Confessional. And I don't know how, but they found me. And you can get tickets probably at the door tonight. So there we go. That is this evening. So that's something to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is Bill Frost will be here to tell us what's on TV.
Yeah. I have a bone to pick with Bill Frost.
Oh. All right, so that's coming up. Stand by. Proflowers.com, got to tell you about that because a bouquet or a festive plant from ProFlowers, perfect for this time of year because
they do plants?
Yes, they do plants. It's not the same old traditional gift. Now, the candy cane roses, which I got, and they're on my shelf right now, a great option for a holiday gift. Or you can always go with their classic mini Christmas tree. And the mini Christmas tree comes with lights and ornaments.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I got one of those one year. It was very cool.
I like that.
So here's how you do it. 20% off any ProFlowers bouquet or plant of $29 or more. And how you get that 20% off all bouquets of $29 or more is go to proflowers.com and use the code X96 at checkout. That's proflowers.com and the code X96. Their bouquets and plants are guaranteed to stay fresh. You control the delivery date. So, like, for example, if you're going to visit somebody, have it sent to their house, just like the day before you get there. See? That's kind of a cool thing. So 20% off all bouquets of $29 or more this holiday season. Proflowers.com. Use the code X96 at checkout.
X96 invites you to help people experiencing homelessness this holiday season. Tonight, almost 3,000 people, including 800 children, will be safe and warm in the Road Homes emergency shelters or housing programs.
Drop off blankets, coats, boots, hats, and gloves at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer and join us on December 20th and 21st as we do our annual broadcast from the Road Home. X96 will broadcast live for 2 days from the Road Home's Salt Lake Community Shelter to raise funds to provide shelter, supportive services, and housing all year long. Your trainer isn't coming in today, is he?
Yeah.
Gina?
Yeah.
Zach?
I guess.
Oh, because I'm worried.
Why?
I lost his pen. I lost the pen.
You
he
had
gave
it
me.
yesterday.
Already? Yes.
You
and I lost it between. See, you see what I mean?
You just had it
I said I
yesterday.
lost his pen, and did you hear the
It was right
the
there.
note? Did you hear the note of attack in her voice? Well, you had it yesterday.
I saw you with it. We talked about your pen yesterday.
And I lost it after that.
So it was in here, and then where did you go?
Let's retrace your steps, Bill.
Let's not.
What'd you do right after the show yesterday?
I know the last time I saw my pen.
Where was it?
At the when I was at the grocery store.
I thought
what?
I thought it was a work pen. You take it from
A
here
work
to your
pen?
desk.
What's a work pen?
I don't
Pen
know.
you leave at work.
With your work papers.
I'm just
You
nervous.
don't carry your same pen around with you all day. You got a pen in your
I
car.
carry
you
it
got a
right here,
pen.
and it's gone.
Work pen?
But I'm just.
So you always have a pen at work.
Gina, what would you
take it
possibly do
home.
with a work pen?
I don't know.
Why do you don't need a pen at work? You don't need a pen at work. It's a pen she's had since she was a child. It's never run out of ink.
So,
You have pens at home. You have a pen in your car. You have a pen at work. You don't carry the same pen everywhere.
I like that pen.
Yeah.
Not enough to keep track of it.
Now, what happens if you take your pen from work home? Does it become a home pen, or is it still designated work pen and you better get it back?
No, because that's traveling twice. It might not make it back. That's a home pen now.
It's
You
a
gotta
home
get
pen
new pen at
now.
work.
How you doing, home pen? How you doing, home pen?
I'd like to use this pen. Unfortunately, it's my home pen.
Ed Brass
my
is
home pen.
Ed Brass
Hold on,
is-
let me give you the number. Oh, I only have my home pen here.
Ed Brass has a theory as to where your pen is. He says that it's probably sticking out of the guy's eye socket from the Zappa concert last night.
Yeah. Could be. Well, I just don't want Zach to find out that I lost the pen he gave me.
Well, he knows now.
He's a pen lover like you are.
Yeah.
Pen lover?
Yo,
we have laws against that
yo,
kind of
pen
thing.
lover.
Watch it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, who would like this feature?
She's pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You don't have to meet a creepy guy in a parking lot this holiday season. Get a good deal on a used smartphone at Bad Apple. They guarantee their refurbished phones, and you don't know which make and model. And if you do, I'm sorry, this is new copy. If you don't know which make and model they want, grab them a gift card. Information and more at badapplerepair.com.
Here he is, Bill Frost. He's a TV columnist, reviewer, writer for City Weekly, and he's syndicated in some other regional papers.
Yeah,
And-
some sort of thrifty nickels across the country.
Yeah, and you can read his reviews if you pick up the City Weekly.
Yeah, it's blowing down the street. You can find it.
Yeah, or you can just go to a website where you'll find not only Mr. Frost's TV reviews, you'll find Mr. Frost doing a podcast and also music from Mr. Frost.
Yeah, BillFrost.tv. It's all there.
Your band is even there, right?
Yeah, we're
Magda
there,
Vega. Yeah. Magda Vega.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's on TV?
I think Gina has an issue with something here.
She does.
You know, I hop on Twitter this morning like I do, and I see hashtag Carol Burnett 50th anniversary. I'm like, well, what's this all about? You, Bill Frost, did not inform me last week that there was a Carol Burnett 50th anniversary special
Well,
yesterday.
It didn't make the senior citizen filter.
She is a national treasure.
It's, he didn't think he was talking to old folks,
I
which is why he didn't.
But the Salt Lake Tribune told you all about that special.
Oh, well, I missed that.
They got it covered.
So do you know what I have to
Scott
do
Pierce
now?
on it, you know.
I have to go over to Richie's house because he, of course, knew about it and recorded it.
Do you know how on demand works?
Well,
No, most older people don't know how to do that.
Right.
It's funnier if I say I have to go to Richie's house.
Because then I get to make an HR joke.
Yeah,
and then, you
but
know,
now
so-
it's all
now
done.
it's ruined. So.
Anyway, yes, I'm going to go back and watch.
Did you tape it on the VHS?
Yeah. All right, what's happening this week?
Tonight, Man vs. Food, season whatever.
I don't know. You hear that, Ed?
They've changed hosts. So
what was that guy's name?
Adam Richmond I think he died of cholesterol.
Oh.
But
They got a new guy?
They got a new guy, Casey Webb. He's been there since
he's-
last season.
He's very good.
Okay.
I'm sure he is. Yeah.
He eats a lot of things.
I don't know where Ed feels about the new host. I don't know.
I know he's been there for one season already, and I think now it's called Man v Food. So I guess it's directed by Zack Snyder.
Yes.
It's a dark reimagining of Man vs. Food.
Joss Whedon will come in and make it funny.
Add some jokes.
Yeah.
Speaking of jokes, tomorrow night Craig Ferguson has a new stand-up special on Netflix called Tickle Fight.
He can be
I
funny.
enjoy Craig Ferguson.
He can be pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. And also tomorrow night on NBC, back-to-back Christmas episodes of Will and Grace and Superstore.
There you go, Gina.
There you go.
Thank you.
Sure. Coming up on Wednesday, Shut Eye, a series on Hulu with Jeffrey Donovan as a psychic in L.A. He's a con man psychic.
Well, because if you were a psychic, why wouldn't you be a con man?
Yeah, so
all psychics should be.
There's
con
part of a whole.
They are.
There's part of a whole syndicate.
Makes sense.
You're a Geller.
There's a psychic mob in L.A. He's part of it.
Okay, makes sense.
He uses his psychic powers to come into your kitchen and bend your spoons.
Also, a new series on probably the dumbest name for a new series I've seen in quite a while. Nightfall, Knight Fall.
Knightfall.
Knightfall on History Channel.
Is it Knights?
It's Knights.
Well, okay, it makes more sense.
It's the Knights Templar.
Oh, the Knights
Really?
Templar.
That could be good.
They're searching for the Holy Grail.
No, it's a movie?
It's a TV series. It's paired up with Vikings.
Huh.
So what Vikings did for, of course, Vikings, they're hoping Knightfall will do for Knights.
For Knights Templar.
Yes.
Of which there still are.
That's what I hear, yeah.
Yep.
And also, this is the one most of us have been waiting for, Happy on Sci-Fi, starring Christopher Maloney.
Write that down.
What is that?
Happy. It's based on a graphic novel.
Yes.
And it's about a down-and-out cop who's drunk and
ex-cop.
Ex-cop, yeah. He starts a detective agency, and he has he's cursed.
Well, of course.
Like actually cursed?
Well,
oh, this is Sci-Fi Channel.
yeah.
So, okay.
He is followed around by his imaginary. I can't call it his imaginary friend because it's his daughter's.
It's someone else's imaginary
Someone else's
friend.
imaginary friend. A little flying blue unicorn named Happy.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw something about that.
And,
Voiced by Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt.
Oh, that's why you're excited about it.
No, I'm excited because it was. I read. I skimmed through the graphic novel at Dr. Volt's. I didn't buy it, Dave. I'm sorry. But it looked interesting because when I heard that they were making it into a TV series, I wanted to get a look at it.
It's insane.
You've seen
I've
a
seen
couple?
some of it. It is totally insane.
What night is it on?
Wednesday on Sci-Fi.
Okay.
And I know someone's been waiting for this. Psych the movie.
Really?
Yeah, the
Listen.
show's been away for 3 whole years.
There was an event at Kingsbury Hall last week. I barely even have heard this show, Psych.
It was on for like 8 seasons.
Yeah. 8 seasons, yeah.
And so they're going to make a movie, and they have made the movie. And before they've shown it, they were taking it to cities where the TV show was most popular and showing it to fans. Kingsbury Hall was full.
All right.
To capacity.
Wow.
With Psych fans who were there. And I don't know what it had. I keep meaning to look it up. Eating popcorn. That apparently it has something to do with the show, having popcorn.
Or it's a movie, and that's what you do in a movie.
No, because they don't sell popcorn at Kingsbury Hall. The Psych people, and there were bags that had the Psych logo on them. And
Are they serving pineapple too? because that's part of the show.
Is that part of the
Yeah.
show too? So popcorn is part of the show in some way or another?
I don't remember popcorn, but
Well,
I remember pineapple.
They might have been. I don't know. But I just saw somebody eating the popcorn. And it was, I just was blown away. I never even heard of it. And they sold it out. So.
Oh, yeah. It's like very popular. Mm-hmm. And also season 15, Top Chef on
Yes.
Bravo.
Yes.
Adna.
That's pretty good.
I enjoy watching it.
Food porn.
Food porn, exactly.
On Friday, The Crown.
Is that a night show?
I don't know what that
No, that's the one with the crown.
It's Queen
the-
Elizabeth.
Oh,
II.
Queen Elizabeth. Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
It's-
corsets and...
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
very proper and British.
Yeah.
And it's
All
one of those shows that people always tell me, you should be watching The Crown. It's like, I
Yeah.
got too many other shows.
Exactly.
I'm not doing period pieces here. And the Grand Tour. Those, those Top Gear guys.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
another. Because I think I failed to mention it last time when they premiered the series. Was it last year? And I heard about that.
You heard about that.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Would you believe Saturday Night Live, hosted by James Franco?
Okay.
Promoting the Disaster Artist, of course.
Yes.
Sure.
And musical guest SZA.
Okay.
SZA.
SZA?
Yeah.
That's that,
She's very good.
All right.
that you've heard.
Or as you know.
I'm sorry.
Have I heard?
Carrie and Bill have not heard the Maroon 5 song with.
Oh, yeah.
But that's
No.
the.
Yeah.
No.
But that's the most
Lucky them.
popular one.
Yeah, I know, right?
probably.
Oh, okay.
And on Sunday, the fall finale of The Walking Dead, 90 minutes.
Yes.
Stuff's finally kind of happening.
It's been a good
geez.
season.
Yeah.
I don't.
I've been enjoying it.
I'm walking away from it. How many times does Carol have to convince the king that he's worthwhile?
All kings need that, Bill.
It's just the same thing
All
over and over
kings.
again.
And, of course, the Robot Chicken Christmas special.
Oh, I did not know.
The full title here being Freshly Baked, the Robot Chicken Santa Claus Pot Cookie Freakout Special, Special Edition.
Okay. Cool.
Say that one more time.
Freshly Baked, the Robot Chicken Santa Claus Pot Cookie Freakout Special Edition.
All right.
So it's extra special, apparently.
Okay. I hope that my DVR will be able to find that.
It's the season 9 premiere, so it should pick it up.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I love that show. Is that everything?
That's everything for this
All
week.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Exhausting.
Bill Frost. What do you mean exhausting? Let me know how the Carol Burnett show is.
Yeah, you can get some sleep while you're watching that, Gina.
I should also mention there's trailers for pretty much all of these shows on x96.com.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can see a trailer for Happy.
Yes.
It'll give you an idea of what kind of a crazy thing that you're getting yourself into.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Traffic, Gina, do you have that?
Yeah. Let's see. Southbound I-15 is closed at exit 272 800 North in Orem. This is due to multiple crashes. Please plan on additional travel time through there. Crash, let's see, northbound I-15 in Woods Cross at milepost 315. That's off to the left shoulder. Crash westbound I-80 at the Foothill Drive on-ramp. I-15 ramp closed at 6th South. This is downtown Salt Lake, getting out of downtown Salt Lake. The ramp is closed. Crash northbound I-215 35th South. Crash northbound I-15 up in Ogden at milepost 343. There's too many to mention, actually. Just give yourself some extra time this morning. The snow stopped, but there's still some slick spots and residual accidents from earlier that are still causing slowage. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay.
See, boners round
Yes,
2 coming up.
round 2.
Here are your boner candidates. Number 1, demolition experts? Demolition experts? Something like that. Boner candidate number 2. Listen, the next time I need surgery, I'm going to the mall. And boner candidate number 3, maybe men shouldn't be such morons. How about that? Or monsters. How about that, Pam?
All right, round 2 of the boner voting, along with big boy news coming up after these. You know, this morning as we're driving in, I was regretting snow tires.
You haven't done it?
I haven't done it yet.
I haven't done
I
it
gotta
either.
get them put on.
And I need to. And if you don't have them and need them put on, you need to buy them.
Yes.
And Big O Tires is having a sale on snow tires. They start at just $39.95. And they also say new wipers are a good idea, too, which they can also install for you at Big O Tires.
Big O Tires through December 17th. You can get a $70 rebate on Michelin and BFG tires.
BF Goodrich?
I guess that's what it is. It just says BFG here, but you're right. That would be BF Goodrich. And right now through, 0% financing available at Big O. Purchases of $750 or more through December 31st. Big O Tires, I go there all the time. They are my tire store. I go to the one on 2nd East and South Temple, but there are 39 locations of Big O Tire across the Wasatch Front, and I'm sure you can find one near you by going to bigotires.com.
Dashboard Confessional, tonight at the Complex. Doors.
start round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote, of these 3, which is the worst. Of these 3, which one candidate deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Okay? 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you will vote.
And that voting is a privilege.
Yes.
That you should not ignore.
And one of you lucky boner voters will receive a hearty handshake from me, Bill Allred. So if you're a random boner voter in this round 2 and you want to come up to me sometime and say, you owe me a hearty handshake, I'll give you one. All right? Here's boner candidate number 1. Demolition experts? Now, I saw this on Channel 2 News. I almost never watch local news, but it was Sunday, and it was Brian Mullehy, and he showed this video, and I thought, why didn't they show the whole thing? And he didn't comment on it. It's the Pontiac Silverdome.
Yes.
It's ugly, it's awful, it's outmoded, and it's not been used for a while. So the Detroit Lions don't play there anymore, so they're going to demolish it.
Okay.
And the way they demolish buildings these days, they set up explosives around, and they detonate them, and the building falls. So they did that. They set up the explosives. They set them off. And they invited people. You sort of invite people to watch from a safe distance. And the explosives go off. There's Carrie playing them in the background there. And there's some smoke, and it doesn't move.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Sturdy stadium.
Nothing happens.
It's a well-built stadium.
Now, Brian Mullehy on Channel 2 said they were set to detonate the Pontiac Silverdome last night. Yesterday or whatever it was, and he said they set off the explosions. There they go. And then he said, as the video ended with the thing still standing there, he said, "Well, I guess there's more to that video." But we'll end it there.
The point of it was,
I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew.
He just didn't.
Because I thought, why didn't they show the end of it where the building falls? And he did. I don't think he mentioned it at all.
Well, eventually, did they get it to go?
No. It's still there.
It's still there.
They're going to have to go again. These so-called demolition experts, boner candidate number 1.
I should send in RoboCop.
Yeah, he's in
No,
Detroit.
the Avengers.
They're not in Detroit.
True, the Avengers could destroy anything in a major city.
This is what I'm saying.
Guys.
That was a perfectly fine reference.
No. RoboCop was good because he lives in Detroit.
No, because RoboCop doesn't have that kind of firepower.
All right.
The Avengers don't destroy things.
Yes, they do.
Ever.
So if Goofy was a dog and Pluto was a dog.
Exactly.
Yeah. By the way, watching Channel 2 News, I love watching. I should watch more often. I heard Lindsay Storrs, the weather woman, say, here on the map, this is where most of the snowfall is falling.
Snowfall is a term.
This is where most of the snowfall is falling.
No,
it is not.
Who's the weather person on this show? You defer to the weather person.
On the map, this is where the snow is falling.
No, snowfall.
No, sorry.
You're
all right,
fine,
tragedy.
Lindsay.
Tragedy.
Wait, are we?
It's news. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have
started the news.
No, you're just jumping.
He's
right
diving
into
in.
it.
Okay.
He's excited.
Let's go.
All right. Big boy news and opinion. Boner candidate number 3 coming up. Big boy news and opinioendo now brought to you by.
Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
I don't believe you kids did boner number 2.
Oh, you're right. We didn't.
You were just diving into the news.
Oh, okay.
Well, we got sidetracked by.
You sidetracked it, not me.
Okay.
You brought up Lindsay Storrs.
Okay, Gina. I didn't deviate from the plan. I'm always the one that deviates from the plan. You never take us in wrong directions, ever. Here's boner candidate number 2. Next time I need surgery, I'm going to the mall. 2 years ago, Margaret O'Neill brought her 5-year-old daughter to Children's Hospital, Colorado, because the band of tissue that connects her tongue to the floor of her mouth was too tight. You've heard of this surgery, tongue-tied. And so she needed some surgery to cut that little band so that she could pronounce her words better. It's a common problem, simple fix, an outpatient procedure. They snip the tissue. Now, during a pre-operative visit, the surgeon who was doing it offered to throw in a surprising perk. Shall we pierce her ears while she's under? He said. Well, O'Neill's first thought was that her daughter seemed a bit young to have her ears pierced, but her second, why was the surgeon offering to do this? Wasn't this something done for free at the mall with the purchase of a starter set of earrings? That's funny, O'Neill recalled saying. I didn't think you would do ear piercings. But the surgeon, Peggy Kelly, told her it'd be just a nice thing for the child. All she had to do was bring earrings on the day of the operation, and we could do it then because she's kind of out, has painkiller and stuff. So I don't know if they put her under for this. I think maybe they did, but certainly they gave her. So her daughter emerged from surgery, tongue newly freed, and a pair of small gold earrings in her ears. Okay. Only months later did Ms. O'Neill discover the cost for this extracurricular work. $1,877.86 for operating room services related to the ear piercing, a fee that her insurer said, we're not paying that.
No.
At first, Ms. O'Neill assumed the bill was a mistake. Her daughter hadn't needed her ears pierced. O'Neill never would have agreed to it if she'd known the cost. She complained in a phone call and in writing. The hospital wouldn't budge. In fact, Ms. O'Neill said it dug in, telling her to pay up or they would send the bill to collections. This situation is absurd, she says. Oh, and by the way, one of the ear holes is like missed.
Oh, it's not even
not lined up right. So she said, I could have gone to the mall. And actually, she took her daughter to the mall. Now the daughter is 7. She took her daughter to the mall to fix the misaligned piercing, and they said they did it for $30.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 2. Next time I need surgery, I'm going to the mall.
All right,
now big boy news.
Big boy news, Pinuendo. Boner candidate number 3 after that. News brought to you by.
I already read it, so
yeah,
we're good.
Tragedy. Gordon Abea Johnson has passed.
Who?
You'll know.
I don't know.
Our beloved entertainer has moved to another stage, and he will be dearly missed. It says here in this Standard Examiner obituary.
Okay.
Gordon Abea Johnson of Bountiful passed away peacefully in his sleep November 30th, 2017, just 13 days before his 94th birthday. Gordon Abea Johnson, computer. Oh, here it goes. Gordon Abea Johnson wrote and produced radio and television advertising for Sears stores in Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Southern California, and for Deseret Industries and America First Credit Union. But he wrote and produced thousands of television commercials, including Let's Go to D's, let's all go to D's. That's what Daddy says, and the family all agrees. There's more to it, but I don't remember the words. He wrote that. And it was D's, and D's was a hugely popular. Now there are hardly any left, but
there's a couple.
Yeah, but there you go. He's the guy who wrote that jingle that I have never been able to get out of my head. Let's see now. Oh, this is a shocking state of affairs. The Deseret News, on their opinion page. Come on. I hate it when
everything's kind of slow
Richie,
today.
I need a new computer. This blows. It just I try to ask it to do a bunch of things in a row, and that's when it gets all. Now it's just totally frozen. The Deseret News has apparently, in their editorial opinion, and I just was reading the first part of it. It says at the beginning, we stay out of editorializing about national politics usually and presidential politics.
Yeah.
But we would call upon the President of the United States to resign.
What?
Yeah.
The Deseret News? I would expect that liberal bastion, the Tribune, but not the Deseret News.
I can't.
Wow.
I would like to read it to you, but I am unable.
I'll look for it.
And I'm also unable probably to do the rest of the news or the...
Do we need to do something else?
I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. It's this computer. Now it's just shutting things down. I'm sorry.
Somebody run out and get Bill a paper.
I really can't. When this happens, and it's partially my fault because I start overloading the tabs that I open up because I need them.
You're asking it to do too much.
But I can do this on my damn PC laptop that I got at home. I can do it.
Well, maybe you need to start bringing it in.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get a new computer.
I'm on the Deseret News website. I don't see the editorial you're talking about.
Opinion page?
I'm on that. I don't.
I wish I could tell you about it better than I have.
Okay.
And I can't. I'm trying to get to boner candidate number.
Here, let me read a quick sports story.
Please.
Floyd Mayweather took a trip to China, and he ended up with a pet panda.
What?
No.
He paid nearly $15,000 as an adoption fee to the Giant Panda Breeding Fund. The fee, now he doesn't actually get a panda.
Oh,
but
okay.
You know what he gets for $15,000?
A ticket to the zoo?
He gets the right to name a 1-year-old panda for a year. So this isn't the permanent name. This is what they're going to call the panda for a year.
Let me guess. He said, well, let's call it Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, that's exactly what. That's exactly what he did. So it's basically renting the name of a panda. And I'm just thinking this poor panda is going to have, identity crisis.
Well, now I'm really confused. Does he get to keep the panda?
No, it's just like...
It's rent a panda?
It's like, do we adopt a panda? You don't actually get the panda, but you get to name the panda.
So you can't bring the panda home?
No. So it's just the fact that the panda is referred to as Floyd Mayweather for a year. And then in a year, somebody else can name it, Colin Kaepernick or something.
What?
Another sports person.
I don't think he has enough money.
I hate that story.
Why?
I do too.
I'd be interested if he was bringing a panda home.
Yeah.
Because then I could be outraged that he has a panda pet because they're endangered and stuff,
They only name it for a year.
But he donates money to the pandas. That's a nice thing.
That's a nice thing.
Yeah.
But you can't change
It's a
his
way
name.
to make...
And why didn't he give it the name Panda McPandaface?
The pandas don't care,
Carrie,
Gina.
in a year, you can do it. For $15,000, you can name him Panda McPandaface for
Panda
a year.
McPandaface. You're naming something.
Is it working yet?
Well, Richie has handed me on paper boner candidate number 3, and then you should go to the x96.com website and recap them because I don't think mine.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
so here's boner candidate number 3. Should I do that now?
Unless you want to do traffic, Gina.
I'm sorry, I'm just very confused at this point.
That's okay. Yeah, let me do a quick check of traffic for you. Crash eastbound SR 201 3200 west in Salt Lake. Crash southbound I-15 at milepost 328. It's 200 north SR 273 Davis County off to the right shoulder. And Utah County is still a mess. Multiple accidents and incidents northbound I-15 and southbound I-15 through Utah County. If you work in Salt Lake and are coming from there, I'm telling your boss you're going to be late. And weather, it's stopped snowing in downtown Salt Lake. But still some issues in Davis County, and it looks like Tooele is still getting hit, and one of the Jordans.
Somebody Jordan.
Let's see. You want me to recap your boners for you?
Well, we got to do number 3.
Oh, that's right.
So I was saying Pat Bagley's Facebook page has the link to the Deseret News Trump story.
Yeah.
It is from the past.
It's an old one.
An old story from about a year ago.
Where they call on Trump to resign?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's what people are telling me.
Okay.
People are saying and I'm hearing.
Here I've got my news stuff going again. So boner candidate number 3, maybe men shouldn't be such monsters. How about that, Pam? Pamela Anderson, herself the victim of sexual abuse, several times over, as a matter of fact. She has said that she was molested when she was a kid by a female babysitter. She was raped at age 12, and again in the 9th grade, and then she said she was abused by her husband, Tommy Lee, and she's had abusive boyfriends and on. So she's being interviewed by Megyn Kelly. Were you surprised when you heard all of these women coming out and talking about Harvey Weinstein? No. I think it was common knowledge that certain producers and certain people in Hollywood are people to avoid. Privately, you know what you're getting into if you go into a hotel room alone. Megyn Kelly says, well, a lot of women would talk about how they felt. Their agent set it up. Their agent wouldn't put them in a dangerous position. He's a famous guy. Pam Anderson says, send somebody with them. That's what we need to do. I just think there's easy ways to remedy that. It's not a good excuse. And then she goes on to double down saying, there are a lot of self-protection courses you can take. There's even a well-known story of suffragettes learning martial arts. And she says women have to be aware of certain problems, how to spot them and fight them. It's totally hypocritical to ignore it. And it's victim blaming again from a woman who's been through it. Boner candidate number 3. Maybe men just shouldn't be such monsters. How about that, Pam?
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, demolition experts? No. The Pontiac Silverdome defies explosives, and they tried to bring it down, and it just didn't happen. Boner candidate number 2, next time I need surgery, I'm going to the mall. Hospital charging over $1,000, nearly $2,000, to pierce a 5-year-old girl's ears. And boner candidate number 3, maybe men shouldn't be such monsters. How about that, Pam?
This is round 2. Did you have something you wanted to add?
No, I found Bill's article, and I have information on that coming.
Okay. Round 2 of your boner voting. Here we go. You've got to decide which one of these 3 is the worst. Which one deserves to go to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. Boner Fight happens at 9:20. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number. Put it in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Round 2, December 4. Vote there. There. Box isn't there. Refresh. It should appear. You've only got 4 minutes. Let's go. It's round 2 of the boner voting now.
X96 gives you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding with John Smith right after Radio from Hell.
It's time for another edition of Ned Hastings, Smoking Psychotherapist. Brought to you by Iger Brothers Chain Link. Whatever your chain link need, be it fences, neck ornaments, or medieval armor, call Iger Brothers. We've been linking you up with the finest chain link products for over 30 years. And now Ned Hastings, Smoking Psychotherapist.
Ladies and gentlemen, order. Order, please. It's time to get this committee meeting underway. The Utah State Legislature has impaneled this panel to look into Utah's new law prohibiting cigarette smoking in all public places. We'll be hearing from a series of expert witnesses today. The first person to testify is a psychotherapist named Ned Hastings. Sergeant at Arms, could you call Mr. Hastings to the committee room, please? Mr. Hastings, Ned Hastings, please come into the committee room. Mr. Hastings, thank you for being with us today. May I say that this is an unusual contraption that you're wearing. It looks like a spacesuit.
Close, but no cigarette, Mr. Chairman. It works on the same principle as a spacesuit, and it was developed by NASA, but this is my patented Ned Hastings smoke suit. The backpack portion recycles fine, rich Turkish tobacco instead of fresh air. The bubble headgear captures every bit of smoke. None escapes into the outer atmosphere, thereby allowing me to roam freely through Utah's smoke-free environment.
Well, I'm not sure that this is allowable. You may be breaking a Utah law.
Oh, but I'm willing to take that risk for the sake of sweet, sweet tobacco.
Mr. Haston, I'm having a hard time seeing your face through the bubble.
Oh, yes. I'm still working on a system to clear the tar and nicotine resins from the inner surface. I have a devil of a time behind the wheel of my sporty car.
Oh, yes. Mr. Haston, you've been called before this panel as an expert witness. You are a psychotherapist, are you not?
I am.
And what is your expert view of the new Utah Clean Air Act?
I feel that it is an abomination before God and man. Not only does the law discourage people from finding good mental health by becoming new smokers, it is causing those existing smokers who have achieved some measure of mental stability to become unhinged. If this law stays in effect, I am anticipating a rash of crimes the like of which you little people have never...
My God, his suit's sprung a leak!
Filthy tobacco smoke is leaking into the hollow chamber. Evacuate this building immediately!
Oh, no. If tobacco smoke is leaking out, that means that fresh air is getting in. Must reach the cigarettes in car. Holy shit!
Will Ned make it to his cigarettes in time? Join us next as Iger Brothers Chain Link presents another in the continuing adventures of Ned Hastings, smoking psychotherapist.
To award round 2 of your boner voting.
Round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by I had that bowl of chili verde, and then I put some queso and some avocado on the top of it, and a nice warm tortilla.
And the X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas. It is tonight at the Complex. Dashboard confessional and special guest. I don't know how, but they found me. Now, you can get tickets at thecomplexslc.com, all Gray Whale locations in Smith-Dix, or you can get them at the door tonight. We'll all be there. All of your X96 staff members will be there. Come and see us tonight.
Now, we had a boner candidate number 1. You remember Demolition Experts, my favorite candidate, actually. They tried to bring down the Pontiac Silverdome that's due to be demolished, and it was just funny to see all these bombs go off, these detonations, and then nothing happened except some smoke. Then boner candidate number 2, next time I need surgery, I'm going to the mall. The doctor who offered to pierce the little girl's ears, as long as she's here for surgery, why don't I pierce her ears? That'd be nice present. Mother thought, well, okay, I'll do that. And then the hospital ends up charging her almost $2,000 for that. And then boner candidate, you can go to the mall. She went to the mall and got it redone for $30. And boner candidate number 3, maybe men shouldn't be such monsters. How about that, Pam? Pamela Anderson saying that women, they just shouldn't be putting themselves in those positions where
you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah, they know what they're getting into. They shouldn't put themselves in the position to be sexually harassed or assaulted. Pam, no. Somebody won a hearty handshake from me, Bill Allred, asked for it. And the winner, boner candidate number 3, the Pam Anderson one.
There you go. That is your winner of round 2. It goes up against the winner of round 1. Boner fight happens at 9:20. That is when it will be decided who is boner of the day. Is this sponsored?
Of course.
All right.
Satisfying all of your holiday needs since 1982, located in the heart of Trolley Square, 5th South, 7th East. It's Cabin Fever. Books, tin signs, lunch boxes, gift wrap, ribbons, and more. Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
Brand new episode of GeekShowPodcast.com available right now. Put up late last night. It's called I Cry Loud.
That sounds sad.
It's not.
Oh.
All right. Now, last week we were very excited to get the Avengers Infinity War trailer. Very excited about that.
To bring together.
And it was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes.
People.
I liked it. Gina had some quibbles.
I have a quibble with the villain, but like Captain America looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Must you always
Handsome
be
Captain
must you
America.
always be so critical? You have to find something wrong with everything.
Yes.
Well, there were 2 very interesting things that happened with it. It has now become the most viewed trailer in a 24-hour period of all time.
You did your part.
Do you know what part of the reason I think that is? There's so much going on in there. You need to watch it a couple of times to get it all.
I'm responsible for about 8 of those.
Yeah.
So, let's see. So it's a social media research company called Physiology that put that number in perspective. That's more than many trailers generate as a whole during the same period. 72% of trailers get fewer than 20,000 views or mentions. Trailer dethroned It, which is the most viewed trailer in 24 hours, 230 million views. So here's how it breaks down. Trailers for a movie with the most mentions on social media within the first 7 hours, they found. Number 5 was Black Panther. Number 4 was Captain America Civil War. Number 3, 50 Shades of Grey. Number 2, Star Wars The Last Jedi. And at number 1 is Avengers Infinity War, way out in front. Now, there were other notable things that were mentioned about the trailer, according to this group, Physiology. The top 5 talked about moments.
Okay.
From the Infinity War trailer, you will not guess what number 1 is.
It's not Captain America's beard?
It is Captain America's. You guessed exactly.
What did I... Because he looks
Just
hot.
took the air right out of the whole build-up.
Really?
Number 5 is the group running together at the end.
Yeah.
Got 2,108 mentions. This is in the first 24 hours, of course. Get This Man a Shield, 2,180 mentions. The Guardians of the Galaxy at the end of the trailer, that got 5,497 mentions.
Mm-hmm.
Spidey Sense, 6,100
Ooh, that
mentions.
was cool. His little...
Very cool. And Captain America's beard.
Because, Carrie, you and I have gone back and forth about Captain America throughout the years.
And you've never cared for
I've
him.
never cared for him, but I can get on board with bearded
Cap.
Captain American.
Somebody
Bearded
needs to be his beard.
Bearded Cap is okay, huh?
I can get on board with...
Okay. Well, then, all aboard!
I like
All
my
right.
furry superheroes.
Let's see. There is a report in the Wall Street Journal that Disney is back in talks to buy 21st Century Fox entertainment assets. That's back on again.
Yeah.
Oh, that has implications for your Disney
Well,
app.
I mean, there's a plus and a minus
Oh.
to me about this. The plus is that we might get, all the properties that Fox owns of Marvel back in the Marvel universe. So that means X-Men. That means Fantastic Four. Can you imagine what Marvel Studios could do with a Fantastic Four movie?
Ghost Rider.
Well, yeah. Well, at least maybe we
They
could
don't
get...
need to redo that.
Anyway, but the bad thing is that, Rupert Murdoch gets his news empire, which is bad because his message is wrong. Anyway, so there's that. A lot of complaints. Have you seen Coco yet?
No.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Did you like Coco?
Oh, it's so good. I was not expecting.
It's got huge reviews.
Yeah.
They're saying it's just terrific and that you need to go see it.
Beautiful, It's funny.
What's
it's...
the problem?
Let me suggest that you wait until after the 8th.
Why?
To go see it. Because apparently people are complaining about the short at the beginning.
It's the
Yes.
Olaf's Christmas.
Olaf's Frozen Adventure, a
Why are
Frozen
they
short.
complaining about that?
Because it's apparently A, awful, and B, makes it for a very long day at the movie with your kids. Because the way it breaks down, if you're sitting through like
it's long, it's
all
a long
the previews,
short, yeah.
trailers, and the Nordic Snowmen, it adds an extra 40 minutes onto your day.
But, But your kids are crazy for more Frozen stuff. They'll
I
love
don't know.
it.
Some people in the chat room were saying, I saw it. It's long and horrible.
Yeah, no one likes this except for maybe little kids.
Yeah.
But so
My kids didn't complain about it.
Disney heard you, and starting December 8th, the Frozen short Olaf's Frozen Adventure will be removed from screenings of Coco.
Yeah, it's not a short. It's too long for a
It's
short.
like 22 minutes. Yeah. So maybe if you're a fan of it, then you should go before the 8th. So
But you know how Utah audiences are. They're probably showing up halfway through that Olaf thing anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But just know that after the 8th, you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about that.
it's so long where it's going. You think, am I in the wrong movie? Because this is like a movie.
Yeah.
It's.
Go
Let's see Coco.
Once again, I give you a little bit of pretty to look at today, as always, because I know you don't work at work. Here's the thing that I want you to go to YouTube and search Batman Ninja anime.
Batman.
Batman. It's an actual movie. The concept alone is really cool. It's got some great visuals. That's why I want you to go and look at it, because it's really pretty. Batman Ninja, the story of how Batman, the Bat Family, and a number of Gotham's criminals are transported through time and space back to medieval Japan, where they become embroiled in a local power struggle. Now, the director, Junpei Miyazaki, described the movie is meant to show the world how Japan sees Batman, and not one about how Batman and Bruce Wayne see Japan. So, judging by the trailer, Japan sees the more badass side of Batman than any of us. But it's really cool. The Joker's there, and Batman Ninja. So go look at that. Like I said, a little bit of pretty for your day. Let's see. People of a certain age.
Carol Burnett special?
No, I
Shut
mean
up.
on the other end of the spectrum.
Oh, okay.
Remember the TV series Are You Afraid of the Dark? Well, they're making a movie for Paramount. Are You Afraid of the Dark was it was a Canadian show, I think? Yeah, Canadian series, and it was on Nickelodeon, and it was like a Twilight Zone. It was an anthology series, and the conceit was it was kids sitting around a campfire, and they each told a story, and that was the episode. But the guy who wrote it is going to write the screenplay. Gary Dauberman.
Okay.
He is responsible for It, Annabelle Creation, scary stuff. So he is handling Are You Afraid of the Dark? And finally, this. I know you've been dying for the live-action He-Man movie. It's
you bet.
Did they already do one?
People have been clamoring
no
for
one
this.
has been clamoring.
Everyone is wanted.
Yep.
No.
Dolph Lundgren?
No.
No?
No. But they do have a director and screenwriter, and this is why it's interesting. David S. Goyer is going to do the Masters of the Universe movie,
that?
directing and writing. Oh, he wrote a little thing called Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Dark He-Man?
He wrote Man of Steel. He directed Blade Trinity.
Troubled He-Man?
Maybe they could get Mark Singer to do it. Mark Singer.
I don't know. They've got a release date, December 18th, 2019. So
This
whether
will be
you...
terrible.
You know, the hard part is getting He-Man's Cat Cringer right. That's the difficult. That'll be the challenge.
It'll be CG Cringer.
That'll be the challenge for the director to get that character correct.
It'll be Andy Serkis.
Also, Ram Man and Fisto. They're very...
Fisto?
They're very...
Oh, jeez. I'm not going there.
Very deep characters. You got to get those right. Otherwise, the whole trilogy, the whole thing is off.
Deep characters.
Yes.
Lake effect snow is now blanketing parts of Tooele County, and too fast speeds on snowy roads causing a crash westbound I-80 near the 201. Crash northbound I-15 in Kaysville, blocking all but one left lane. And still a mess in Utah County, northbound I-15. There's a couple different accidents that are making traffic backing all the way to University Avenue in Provo. That Linden accident earlier, just if you're trying to get from Utah County to Salt Lake, you are having trouble this morning. Yep. And I'm sorry about that. That's traffic.
All right, thank you very much. We've got some dashboard confessional tickets to give away coming up in a moment. Also, our X Days of Xmas begins. Does anyone know how that works?
No.
No, that's what the Foo Fighters thing was.
What Foo Fighters is?
Yeah.
Okay, Foo Fighters tickets, because it says dashboard tickets here.
No, but we did Foo Fighters already, remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm just reading what I got here.
Okay. No, it's X Day. This is X Days
X
at
Days
9.
is coming up at 9. Okay. Stand by for that. Also, I have here in front of me omahasteaks.com. That I know.
I wish you had an actual steak in front of you. I'd eat it.
We grill here?
No. Oh, no.
No, go up on the roof.
Yeah.
And we could do it there. This is a terrific gift. Let me tell you about how Omaha Steaks, the family gift pack. You get, for $49.99, you're going to get all of these things that I'm going to tell you about. Now, I'm sure that there's shipping as well, but $49.99, here's how you get it. You go to omahasteaks.com, and in their website search bar, you will search their website for X96, and it'll take you to the place where you can get this. 75% off of this deal. Here you go. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, and because you search their website for X96, you'll get 4 additional kielbasa sausages for free.
Excellent.
So this is just something, and you can, pick the delivery date and all of that, and send it to loved ones for the holiday. omahasteaks.com. Enter the code X96 in their search bar for the 75% savings.
Well, it's that time of year, isn't it? You know, when you think of your family, when you think of snowmen, and, of course, winning free stuff from the radio.
He works late a couple nights a week, and then I'm in charge of dinner.
That means Olive Garden.
Which is a laugh.
Which me in charge of dinner is never me making dinner.
It's Olive Garden.
You could learn. You're not stupid. You could learn. It's not. No, it's probably too late for you.
Listen, there are a limited number of recipes that you can do with meat and bread. And that's...
And my kids will tell you this story if you ever have them. What does your mom make you for dinner? And you know what they will tell you? Mac and milk.
Mac and milk?
Because a while ago I went to make mac and cheese for them.
We have people who work for the Division of Child and Family Services listening to this show. I'm not sure you want to tell this.
And because I don't eat mac and cheese, I don't think... really. So you boil the pasta, and then I measured out the milk.
This is for the boxed.
Yeah, to put the powder in.
That any moron can do.
Yeah.
That at 8 years old I was doing.
And I poured the milk into the noodles, and I put it on the table, and the kids, all 3 of them, sitting there, and they said, "Did you put the cheese?
Where's the cheese?
Back in?"
It's just powder. It's cheese powder. Where is it?
I forgot to put it in the milk and mix it up.
So you are stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's impossible for you to learn to cook.
Yes.
You could do it.
But my husband does such a good job.
But that burden falls upon you to give succor to your family. to nourish
twice a week.
Gina, to nourish and strengthen their bodies.
That doesn't hurt them to have pizza twice a week.
You're a disappointment. I'm surprised you snagged a husband.
I am too.
Well, everybody.
And he's such a good guy. He wouldn't divorce me now that he knows the truth.
Even though he was duped.
Yep.
This is now a pity marriage.
All the way.
I'm married.
I got him to marry me quickly.
Now I'm married to you out of pity. I got to stick with you because you wouldn't survive. Gina wearing a turtleneck sweater today.
Covering up her hickeys. That's what people do.
It's interesting. People don't wear turtlenecks very often anymore.
Unless they're covering up hickeys.
You have something against hickeys?
That's why I used to have a dickie.
To cover your hickey?
To cover the hickey. It was my hickey dickie. I mentioned a dickie the other day, and I don't think anyone knew what I was talking about.
I don't think anybody has them anymore.
Dickie is now a clothing brand, and that's what it's known for.
As a matter of fact, that's what I said. Somebody said to me, "Oh yeah, I love dickies. Their coats and their pants," and I went,
"Yeah,
no, I'm
an
never
actual
mind.
dickie.
Never mind.
It's a fake shirt.
Dickie was a fake sweater.
Was
it a fake shirt
it's
or
a collar. Sweater? It's
both?
a fake sweater.
Fake sweater.
It was to make it look as though you were wearing a turtleneck
under your vest or jacket
or your shirt or whatever. Yeah, to make it look as though you're wearing
It was really a stupid
It was
idea.
a dumb idea.
I had one, I think, for some reason.
But they were everywhere. It seems like I knew everybody had one.
Yeah.
Nobody wore them, but everybody had one.
It's a stupid idea.
Well, turtlenecks are stupid unless you're the Gorton's fisherman.
It's true.
Maybe I'm going fishing later.
Yeah, sure.
No, you're not. You're going to be way too warm in that.
You think?
Yeah.
You're dressed up for people today, aren't
We're
you?
seeing people.
Mm-hmm.
I've never worn this sweater, and I thought, I'll wear that.
Yeah, you'll be too warm. You'll be
Well, it's
uncomfortable.
too late now.
You're going to be sweating and sweating. It's going to be in your folds and everything.
I don't have any folds.
Of course not. She's a lady.
Yeah.
I'm smooth top to bottom.
Yeah, it's all about them tonight, I suppose.
Dashboard Confessional. I hear that song and I think that's the Spider-Man song.
The Spider-Man song.
Oh, yeah.
So it's X Days of Xmas. And the way this works is every day we feature a different gift for you. Today's gift is tickets to the X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas concert. It is tonight at the Complex. So don't try to win these if you can't go tonight. But why wouldn't you go? We're going to give you a keyword. And you'll text that keyword to 33986. If you win, your name will be on a list at the venue, correct?
Yeah, will call. You'll just go to the venue. You don't have to pick up anything here.
Oh.
So that's nice.
Want to remind you that the Nightmare Before Xmas is brought to you by Toyota, of course. And it's also powered by Coca-Cola, Jed's Barbershop, Gray Whale, Bud Light, famous among friends. Here's your keyword. Dashboard. That's easy, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Could have guessed it.
DASHBOARD, dashboard. Text that to 33986. Now, if you don't win, you should still join us there tonight.
Yep. Today at noon at the club at 50 West downstairs. It's a Lounge X with dashboard. So an opportunity for you to hear. I think they're doing 3 songs acoustic.
In a small, intimate atmosphere.
And that may fill up. So if you really want to make sure that you're in the room where it happens, make sure that you get here early.
And with that in mind, Donald Trump is in downtown Salt Lake at around the same time, which will screw up the streets. So we're suggesting you take Trax, because Trax dumps you a block away from here.
Which is where? Here.
50 West Broadway.
Yeah, 3rd South. 50 West.
3rd South. And then with that, too, make sure and dress appropriately, because I'm pretty sure we're making you wait outside.
Yeah, it's cold.
As you wait to get in. And then...
So that means shorts and...
Yeah, of course. However you want to do it. And then also, if you like X96 on Facebook, there will be a Facebook Live today at 2 p.m. Meet the Bands with I Don't Know How, But They Found Me. Both the guys are going to come in here in studio. And going to do a Meet the Bands with me. So if you want to ask a question, you can send it in advance on our Facebook page, or you can send it while we're doing the interview. We will take questions from viewers there on Facebook. So that'll be at 2 p.m. On Facebook, on your phone, on wherever you watch your Facebook feed.
Are you losing your voice, Richie?
He's doing all these shows.
I'm doing all the shows, and it has gone from inside my nose to the back of my throat to yesterday it sort of came down into my chest. It's awful. And I'm not the only one. I think the majority of the valley is in some phase of this cold.
I'm just finally getting over all that crap.
So
mostly.
So I'm decongesting, but it's not.
I couldn't get it to go away. I had to get a steroid inhaler.
You damaged your vocal cords from straining them while you were sick, probably.
It was horrible.
Yep.
Horrible.
So hopefully not too much. I know people are sad to hear me. First of all, just hear me at all. But
a couple of quick things before we go break here. I know we got a break, but the editorial we were talking about earlier, the Deseret News, and I said Deseret News has apparently called on President Trump to resign. This was actually an old editorial from October right after last October, right after the Access Hollywood tape was released with Donald Trump, the candidate, talking about grabbing women in their privates. The Deseret News at that time, that was where it came from, editorialized and said, we don't usually comment we try to stay nonpartisan in political presidential races especially, but this guy is evil. He oozes evil, as they put it, and he should step down from the candidacy.
Snowflakes.
I wonder if they still have that opinion.
Well, he's meeting with the LDS Church today.
Well, that's not the Deseret News. That's the LDS Church. And then, speaking of Donald Trump being here, if you would like to join a protest of his visit, apparently there are going to be people meeting on the sidewalk south of the state capitol. That's 3rd North between Columbus and East Capitol Boulevard. And there's a Facebook page for it. I'm afraid to open it because it'll freeze my computer. But it's to protest Donald Trump gutting national monuments. And so if you can be there, they would like a lot of people to show up for that. It's called, the Facebook protest during Donald Trump's speech gutting monuments. It's Facebook page. I don't know who started it, but.
Does it say where?
It says, hosted by the Utah Sierra Club,
Special Interest Group,
Southern Utah Wilderness Alliance, and it says sidewalk south of State Capitol, 3rd North between Columbus and East Capitol Boulevard. So the south of the Capitol, State Capitol.
Cool. All right, we got coming up.
10:45 is when it.
Better hurry.
Yeah, 10:45 to 1:30.
Coming up, we've got Boner Fight. Find out who Boner of the Day is on the way. Before that, a little bit of news. We got to tell you about Diamonds Direct. Perfect gift for the holidays.
Yeah, and holidays are a great time to get engaged. A lot of people use this time of year to do that.
So Diamonds Direct has put together a spectacular collection of holiday gifts from a few $100s to a few $100,000 if you want to spend that much. Diamond earrings, diamond bracelets, stunning pendants, rare colored gemstones, classic eternity bands, tons of unique designer pieces, all new styles, one-of-a-kind items at Diamonds Direct. And for this holiday season, you can get 3 years, 0 interest financing at Diamonds Direct.
That's just incredible. You can have that paid off easily in 3 years, you know?
Maybe I'll just get myself a diamond.
You could buy something for yourself.
Could
sure.
I make a diamond eternity band work?
You could rock that. Absolutely.
So it's Diamonds Direct. Free lifetime warranty, by the way, on all of it. Risk-free shopping. Diamonds Direct. Open Sundays till Christmas. 6400 South, across the street from the Fashion Place Mall. Diamonds Direct.
Hi, everybody. This is Bill, and I'm really good at only 2 things, eating and talking. That's why I started the Let's Go Eat Show. Every week I sit down for a meal with a different person, and we discuss different things. It's that simple. Find us on iTunes, the Google Play Store, or at the letsgoeatshow.com.
With Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, we got Boner Fight coming up in a moment for Boner of the Day. But first, a little bit of news.
Little bit of news brought to you by our Nightmare Before Xmas tonight, brought to you by Toyota. Thanks, Toyota, for making it possible. Join us there tonight to see Dashboard Confessional, and I don't know how, but they found me.
Did you? I just saw this email about tomorrow's show.
Is it tomorrow?
No, it's in a couple. It's the 12th.
December 12th. I think it was tomorrow, but this is pretty cool, I think. December 12th, John Huntsman Sr. will be on our show. We'll tell you more about that coming up. It has to do with the road home. And by the way, the road home, we're doing our show Wednesday from up in Ogden.
John Watson Chevrolet.
3535 Wall Avenue in Ogden. And we'll be there from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. taking your donations for the road home, clothes and toothbrushes and all of that stuff. I got an email. It was a nice email from somebody, and it said I forget the topic even, but it went on for a little while. And then at the end of the email, he said, "Oh, and by the way, I have donated to the road home, so stop talking about it already." And I thought, well, it probably does get a little annoying. We talk about it a lot this time of year, but we need to do that. So
we do because you have given, and thank you, but not everybody has.
And I think he was kind of joking, but but it did make me think we should just say, we're talking about it a lot because it's important.
Richie says he remembers we asked people to do that. We said, let us know if you've.
Oh.
He was doing what we told.
But he didn't have to say, so stop talking about it. Is that what we said?
That was the bit. We were at the Riverton Chevrolet, and you said, we want you to come by, and we want you to chuck the stuff at us and say, There's my donation to the road home. Now
Oh,
stop
yeah.
talking about it.
He was just doing
Gotcha.
what we
He was
asked.
just
Gotcha. I remember now. Thank you. So here's what to expect with Donald Trump coming to town. He arrives here at 11 a.m.
Unless you're hearing this on December 5th in the morning.
Yeah. Good. I mean, you know, at the Utah Air National Guard base attached to Salt Lake City's International Airport. He will go from there to Welfare Square to meet with officials of the Mormon Church, where he's expected to take a quick tour of the humanitarian efforts that for the needy that are all centered there. After that, he'll appear at the Capitol to sign an executive order reportedly removing some 2 million acres from the national monuments created by his Democratic predecessors.
Is he going to have some fry sauce
I
while he's here? 'Cause-
Well, you know that they're making arrangements for McDonald's for him. You know that.
Yeah.
Senator Hatch and Interior Secretary Zinke they are traveling with the president on Air Force One. They're expected to make a couple of remarks, and then he leaves Salt Lake at 1:35. The Capitol event is only open to invited guests, guaranteeing a friendly crowd excited about the reductions in the monument, as well as pre-credentialed media. A protest is also planned in the area. That would be south of the Capitol on the sidewalk. They're keeping the protesters out, but you can get close to the. There'll be representatives there from the Native American tribes and who would like the Bears Ears to stay as it is. The University of Utah has received $10 million to study mollusk venom.
Ooh. Snails?
Yeah. The Department of Defense has committed approximately $10 million toward research by University of Utah Health into whether the numbing venom of some ocean species could be used as an alternative to opioids in treating pain. The grant, announced by the university last week, is expected to be distributed over 4 years to help researchers find out whether substances in the venom of any of hundreds of different marine mollusks, such as snails and slugs, have potential as an effective remedy for pain. Now, being an animal rights activist myself, I don't want to see a bunch of slugs and snails dying as a result of this research. We're going to have to
animal activist.
We're going to have to watch this
slug,
closely.
Mollusk activist Bill Allred.
Yeah. My wife hates snails in the garden because they do a lot of damage to your garden. And she picks them up and throws them down on the sidewalk.
I thought you were like the family that didn't kill anything.
I can't stand it. She always says, I don't care, it's just a snail. It's eating our plants. And she's vicious with them, and it makes me feel bad. Matt Lauer.
You throw him down on the sidewalk.
And well, speaking of slugs and snails, no one could understand why the blushing bride had her dashing husband on such a tight leash. Well, 5 weeks after their chic Hamptons wedding in 1998, former model Annette Roque, that's Mrs. Lauer, kicked up such a fuss on hearing that Matt was headed to Florida to cover a space shuttle launch. She knew what else he was going to do.
Yeah. Why'd you marry him, Annette?
They Roque, who is now 52, they've been living separate lives for years, several years. So Matt Lauer's been fooling around. I was going to say catting, but that makes it sound too nice. But then I couldn't say what I really wanted to say. Well, he's been whoring around. No, he hasn't. That's not true. If he had just been patronizing prostitutes, that would be one thing. But no, he's been victimizing people, apparently. And so that's. But yeah, now these stories are kind of coming out, and I think she's even said, I haven't really lived with him for years. So.
You just stay married on paper because money.
Money. That's right.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, here we go. The winner of round one facing off against the winner of round two in today's Boner Fight, and it will determine Boner of the Day. Boner candidate number one. This boy is a repeat offender. He's a recidivist. It's a guy, his name is Randy Earl Jones Jr., and he was arrested at a Walmart in Cleveland, Ohio. And he was pleasuring himself at the Walmart in front of customers. So, of course, he was arrested. And then it come to find out that he was on probation for doing the same thing in Texas. Randy Earl Jones Jr. needs to be locked up for good. And boner candidate number 2, well, maybe men just shouldn't be such monsters. How about that, Pam?
Yep.
Pam Anderson saying that Harvey Weinstein's alleged victims should have known better. They should have known better than to go to a hotel room where Harvey was alone. And, you know, she I don't know why she doesn't understand that most of the time these women were, I mean, if your agent says go meet Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. You know, meetings are held in hotel rooms
Yeah.
as well. You know, it happens.
Yeah. Somebody shouldn't have to go with you.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 2.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide which one of these is boner of the day. 1 or 2. Which one is the worst, in your opinion? Put that candidate number in the message of a text, and text that to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight December 4. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear. All right, you've got less than 5 minutes. Let's go. It's Boner of the Day.
Stay tuned for a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell on X96.
I was so angry.
What?
Saturday night. After I went to the Warped Tour, I went to a party,
Mhm.
and I think it was about 10 o'clock at night. I get home, and I'm out. I was out on the sidewalk. It's not important why. 10 o'clock, out on the sidewalk, and what do I see coming across the street? A raccoon, and there's a lot of traffic, and he's coming right toward my house.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of traffic,
Yeah.
and the lights in the car honked, and the raccoon kind of, like this, and I thought, God, hit him! I was hoping the car had hit him, but it missed him.
Yeah.
And he came, and I'm standing 20 feet away from him.
Yeah.
And he came running, and he ran, and I started yelling at him, and he ran right up my tree, the one that's in my front yard. I have a gigantic,
Bill treed a
a
coon.
50-foot tree. Yeah, I treed a coon. I was yelling, you son of a, get back here!
Bill lives where the red fern grows.
I was just so mad, and he ran up the damn tree, and they're everywhere. God.
I think they've declared war on you.
I
frankly,
think
but
they have.
Coming to get you.
It's like birds have declared war on my wife. Raccoons.
No kidding.
Declared war on you.
He got he stopped and growled at the car. I swear to God, he did.
Pyro!
Get away!
Shake his fist. Roadhog!
A little birdie finger.
One of his little bandit hands,
Bird finger.
Their hands are almost human,
They have them,
But ran right up the tree in front of my house. God, that made me
What are
mad.
you going to do?
Did your wife lock you out again? You sleep on the porch. Was it one of those?
No.
No?
Oh, why I was on this?
Why
Yeah.
you're out on the front porch?
I was
No.
taking the night air.
It's
I was
farting.
taking in the night air.
He's out farting.
Yeah. I'll be back in a while, honey. I gotta go take the night air.
He's right, isn't he?
No.
Taking the night wind.
No.
Is what it is.
No, I wasn't.
There's a breeze. Let me just put it that way.
Man, I live in the city. I don't
You
need
shouldn't have-
this
no,
crap.
You have to move to the country to get away from the coons.
No kidding. It just drives me crazy.
I tell you, we haven't had any raccoon problems since Van's dog Chase killed one in the
Yeah.
backyard, and ever since then
they know
they're gone.
I believe that when I start trap, I should go home and set up a trap, and
Yeah.
because if I trap a couple of them, they kind of lay off for a while.
Well, then that means you have to keep trapping them.
I know.
Got to send a message.
I know. I got the trap there. I just haven't. I'll set it and Brian will come and get him.
I want reliable people who aren't going to get carried away.
This is years you've been dealing with this.
I just hate it.
Got to send a message to the coon community.
I haven't seen one of the cats for quite a while. The
Rush or G. Gordon, you mean?
Yeah, Rush is. I haven't seen Rush for a week. Baby Rush is finally gone.
You know, raccoon will kill a cat.
I don't know. They've been coexisting for a while.
Well, no, I mean, one of the Rush has been injured by the raccoon. I assume it's the raccoons. Before, I've taken him to the vet a couple of times with injuries. Just drives me crazy.
Well, got to kill one. Got to kill one. Send a message.
Spill blood.
Well, it's just sprinkle raccoon blood on the threshold.
Well, where are you going to get that raccoon blood, huh?
From a raccoon, I guess.
You got to bleed one.
Can't you buy it at Sportsman's Warehouse?
No, that's urine, and that will attract them. I'm sorry.
Man.
Before, time to award Boner of the Day.
And Boner of the Day is brought to you by a delicious bowl of chili verde with queso and avocado and a nice warm flour tortilla. Ate it up. It's delicious.
It's so delicious, it's completely brought to you by that.
All right. Our Boner fights... to determine Boner of the Day. I like this because they're always very even. The voting is very close on these.
Mm-hmm.
So number one, this boy is a repeat offender. The self-pleasuring guy at the Walmart in Ohio. Arrested, found out that he'd been arrested for the same thing, pleasuring himself at a Walmart in front of customers in Texas. And then Boner candidate number two, maybe men shouldn't be such monsters. How about that, Pam Anderson? She's saying that women who get assaulted, like by Harvey Weinstein and so forth, they should be more aware of what they're getting into. They should know where they're going. They should take karate classes. And I think the solution is we need to lock up the miscreants, get rid of them, and teach little boys to be better people.
That seems easy. Let's do that.
Well, you'd think.
It's not that easy, but it's a plan of action. Let's see. So the winner, Boner candidate number two. Maybe men shouldn't be such monsters. How about that, Pam?
That is now Boner of the Day. It is now a candidate for Boner of the Week. That happens on Friday at about 9:45.
I found the perfect gift for Gina.
What's that?
It's a book called How to Stay Alive in the Woods.
There you go.
I'm going to give that to you, Gina.
I don't want to go to the woods.
It's a complete guide to food, shelter, and self-preservation.
But what if you have?
I have a trailer.
Well, I think you're.
What if you're driving to your Christmas tree farm?
Yeah.
And
you break down.
There's a deer in the road, and you try to steer away from it, and you wind up going off of the road down a hill. Down a long hill.
Yeah, and you're stuck in a ravine. And then Kathy Bates comes along.
Wouldn't you like to know how to catch game without a gun? What plants to eat?
No.
And how to build a warm shelter? How to make clothing? Protect yourself and signal for help?
No, actually, that Muhammad would like this book. The only books he likes to read are survival books.
Really?
Yeah.
What brought that on?
He loves survival
Tales of
books.
survival,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And it's being stuck in the woods or stuck on a boat in the middle of the ocean or stuck somewhere, and he doesn't. He has no, like it's
It's
actually
only $12, Gina. You want to get it for him?
Yeah, sure.
You should read The Martian then.
Oh well,
Yeah.
well
Just in
we've
case
seen
he gets stuck on Mars.
We've seen the movie. They love the movie. Both my
Oh,
little
okay.
kids.
Yeah.
I've got some advice for you. I had heard this to be true, and I've mentioned it before, but I put it to the test myself. I bought a bottle of bourbon, McKenna's. I wanted to try it. It was 100 proof bourbon, and so I bought it, took it home, and it was sitting on my countertop, and I have this kind of marble slab on part of my countertop. And I picked the bottle up, and I don't know how, but I just kind of slipped out of my hand, dropped on the marble, and broke. Whiskey everywhere.
Oh, boy.
Glass everywhere.
Ugh.
So it's I think it took me half an hour or more to clean it all up. And I'm out a bottle of whiskey that I hadn't opened it, had not opened it. And I had heard that if you break a bottle of liquor that you buy at the state liquor store, they will you can return it and they'll give you another one if it has not been unsealed.
So you have to bring in the top of the bottle.
The neck, yeah. So
it's not like you just drank it and broke the bottle and went in and went.
Yeah, so I cleaned up everything and I saved that top, and I thought, oh, am I going to bother to do this? I know what I'll do. I'll call the liquor store.
Okay. So
I called the liquor store in the Avenues, explained the situation, and the guy was not receptive at first. He kind of went, well, what kind of alcohol? What was it that you bought? And I remember I'd seen signs in the store that said, if you break a bottle of cream liqueur or something like that, there are certain things we will not. You're responsible for it. You're out. So I think that's why he asked me, well, what was it?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I just bought it out in Bountiful. It was a bottle of McKenna 100 proof. And he went, oh, man, that's too bad. Then he said, well, yeah.
That's too bad.
Then he said, but you know what? We will replace it if it's still, you have the neck of the bottle and it has obviously not been opened, then we will replace it. And indeed they did.
Yeah, now we've taken stuff back, like if you open a bottle of wine and you pour a glass and it tastes off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the bottle's mostly full and you take it. We've had them replaced.
You see me, I wouldn't know. I'd
You
just
wouldn't
drink it
know.
anyway. I would drink it
It
anyway.
tastes like alcohol.
I'm not a wine connoisseur of any
You
sort.
can't tell if it's vinegary.
Well, yeah, but I might think, well, this is just crappy. That's the way it is. I won't buy it next time. I wouldn't. I probably would, but I've never encountered that. I don't think a bad bottle of wine. I don't. But they replaced them. Just said, here you go. Yeah, actually, my wife took it. She was going up to the store, so she did it. And nope. She said at first they were kind of like, what, huh? Let me see.
Yeah,
and then
trying to pull one over on us.
When she showed, and then she mentioned that I had dropped it on the counter. The guy remembered the phone call too. And as a matter of fact, he said to me on the phone, "Yeah, that sucks. I've done that before. It's terrible to lose liquor like that." But,
Did you? I want to know if you went no, and it was like in slow motion. No?
No, Gina. Life does not happen in slow motion. If it did, we might be able to save ourselves.
You stop and you're just reaching.
Yeah, no. It's just
I always handle every bottle of liquor in my house with two hands.
Like a baby, like a child.
Like a child.
I can't. Yes. I just don't know how I dropped it.
Any glass item in our because we got tile the top floor.
Yeah.
That looks like wood, and so I am very weird now about glass.
I know
in the house because when it shatters, there's always little shards, and I have little puppies running around.
I lived in a house in Ogden. The whole thing was ceramic tile. Yeah. So it's a glass eater.
So I'm kind of weird about it.
Yeah, casserole dish.
Yep,
gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We'll be back with something.
You bet.
That'll be fun.
First, we got to tell you about Alpine Plastic Surgery.
Dr. Randall Barnett, board-certified plastic surgeon.
5405 South Adams Avenue Parkway in Ogden.
Well, you say that. I just say it's Ogden Regional Medical Center.
It is. That's right. We're connected to it.
Attached to it, and you will be in good hands with Dr. Barnett. There are other plastic surgeons around that are cheaper, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
But with cheaper, you're getting not as good a care, and when you want to have surgery, it should not be taken lightly, and you should go to the best. And Dr. Barnett is.
Alpine Plastic Surgery has a state-of-the-art facility. They'll handle anything from facial rejuvenation to body contouring, breast augmentation. They're great. The staff is great. He is really good. He knows what he's doing. Now, if you want a free consultation with Dr. Barnett at Alpine Plastic Surgery.
Sit with him in one of his examination rooms and just ask him all the questions that you have.
This is what I thought I wanted.
What about this? What about that?
What do you think? Yeah. And he's got videos on the website, too, showing, discussing procedures. So you can call him, 801-689-3500, or go to alpineplasticsurgery.com.
Dashboard Confessional, tonight at the Complex.
All right, now what?
This is Utah Word of the Day. That's
from what year? Do you have any idea?
94, I want to say.
94.
1994. Okay.
Let's see. Here we go.
Today, we examine another group of words used by most Utahns called L words, or words that end in ELL.
Oh, yeah.
And to help you with today's lesson, each time an L word is used in the following dialogue, a bell will sound. Imagine, if you will, our two friends, LeVar and LeGrand, together in LeVar's trailer house. The TV is on. A conversation ensues. Again, these are L words.
I love this TV show.
Yeah.
I am so glad that someone is showing the reruns of McKell's Navy.
Me too. You know, I would just love to set sail with McKell myself. Hey, you remember the one when the wacky crew of PT Boat 73 tried to save that beached well?
Oh, yeah. They had a hard time because of this big storm.
Yeah.
Gale force winds and hail stones the size of golf balls.
Yeah.
But they saved that well anyway. McKell did not fall.
Well, no thanks to Gruber. Yeah, that was quite a tell, though. Hey, listen, give me some of them snacks, would you? I'm hungry.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
What?
Trell mix.
Yeah.
You're not going to like this, LeGrand, but Trell mix makes me thirsty for just one thing.
You're not going to be drinking beer in front of me, are you, LeVar?
Oh, no. I'm going to have me a glass of L.
L is beer?
Yeah, but this is pretty mild. It's that Pell L from Squatters. It's so mild I can drink a whole bucket of it.
You'd get drunk if you drunk a whole Pell of Pell L. Then you'd get throwed in jail. And I'd have to bail you out. Oh, hey, looky here what I got in the mail. It's a flyer from Deseret Book. It says here that Dan Quell is coming to town to sign copies of his new book.
Boy, the liberals sure rode Bush and Quell out of Washington on a rel.
Sure did.
They fought tooth and nail, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear that this new book of his really lifts the veil of secrecy about Washington life and what really went on. You know, I'd like to see him. What Deseret Book is he at?
Well, the one by that big jewelry store.
Big jewelry store. You mean Morgan's Jewelers?
Nope. Zell's.
There you go.
That's back when we had this theory that we would beat you over the head with comedy. You know, the way to get you to laugh was to beat you over the head with comedy.
Why didn't we ever learn to edit?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. Also, now, you were shouting, this sucks. I got to tell you, though, out of all of the Utah Word of the Days, that was the best one.
It was one of the,
Really?
Yeah. That was one of the better ones.
In my opinion, I think that was the best one. Whenever someone says, "What's the quintessential episode?" I say that one.
I still like Lard Dorothy. That's a gorgeous orange.
I like talking to the manager of the store about the manger scene.
Yeah.
The crash, the manger scene. The manger. I need to speak to the manger about the manger scene.
God. Beat you over the head is right. Even I was getting bored. Sorry, folks. Yeah, that's why we don't do sketches anymore, all right? Anyway.
Bill Allred, Gina Barberi, Radio from Hell on X96.
Didn't I always say Ann Curry looked rumpled?
Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Bill's house has microphones all throughout it.
It does?
There's audio.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Constantly being recorded.
Yeah.
I have the audio of you breaking the bottle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Here you go. So,
what I said when I broke that bottle of liquor, what I yelled, you could not repeat on the. No. And my daughter was in the other room, and she barely looked up.
Yeah, that's dead.
Yeah, well, something happened.
So we went and got our Christmas tree yesterday because fresh trees only. Hate you false tree people.
I'm a no tree person.
Yeah, why bother? Either have a real tree or no tree. That's what I say.
No, when we have a tree, we'll have a fake one.
But we had one of those instances where, do you ever wish you could go back in time just a few minutes and with a comeback like, oh, I wish I.
The jerk store called. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's a term for it in theater, and I'll tell you what the term is, but I won't explain it. It's called l'esprit d'escalier.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, that means the spirit of the stairs.
Meaning what?
Well, when you're out the door and going down the stairs, and you go, "Oh, I should have said."
Yeah.
Way Homer.
Yeah.
A way Homer.
So we get the tree, and it's in the truck, and we're driving away, and Joe, my husband Joe, turns to me and he says, "This happens almost every time we go get a tree." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Well, I grab my leather work gloves to take, when we go to get the tree, so I can handle them and put it in the truck and everything."
You know what I do? I say to the man that I buy the tree from, "Put that on the car for me, please." I do. That's what I do.
So he's walking around with the leather gloves, and we sort of split up looking for trees, so we're not all together. And he said, this happens every time. And I said, what? And he said, someone comes up to me thinking I work there. And he said, this woman came up to me and she said, do you have noble fur?
Do I ever?
Well,
yeah.
In my mind.
Boy, I sure do.
That's the perfect opening.
Take a look at this.
That's exactly what I
Open your shirt a little
Open
bit.
his shirt.
You bet.
Yeah.
There's some noble
Right there.
fur.
Right there, lady.
That's all.
Yeah. Do I have noble fur? Whoa, I'm covered in it. Whoa.
That's where my mind went
course.
immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah, but your husband is not that sort.
No.
He's more of serious minded
and he helped her find
Yeah.
somebody that worked there. So
Right.
yeah.
I'm not sure which one the noble furs are, he would have said. But let's find somebody who does know.
Yes, that's exactly.
No, and she said, "No, I meant, are you covered in noble fur?"
Because he is.
Next time, tell him not to put the gloves on until he's ready to pick
Yeah.
up a tree.
Yeah.
Because you look
Then
like.
he won't have this problem.
Yeah, don't just be swaggering around with work gloves on, man.
But so we go home, and we decorate it,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a puppy.
Yes.
Who took a leak on it already?
No,
Oh.
but just it looks like a giant toy.
It is. It's a giant toy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've said leave it 100 times in the last day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put up our tree, and the cats will continually bat some of the ornaments off the lower part, because they'll play with them.
I'm sure at some point she's going to pull the entire thing down.
Well,
Possibly.
Yeah. Now, see, the first year, Artie was fascinated by the tree. Second year, not so much. But in that first year, he ruined my Hallmark Romulan Warbird plug-in ornament. You plug them in and they light up. And it's, he bit the cord and it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. So I'm fully expecting that to happen.
It will.
It'll be, and that'll be a wonderful Christmas memory that you can talk about in years to come, probably on this show.
You should keep listening to the Radio from Hell show for that story between now and Christmas.
Now, my wife wants to know if you're using our dog trainer because you said leave it.
Yes.
You are.
She came.
Oh.
The first. She's awesome, by the way.
She's exhausting. she's energy, just so much energy.
Well, you need that with
I guess.
doggies.
I guess.
Probably too late to hire her for my kids, isn't it?
Probably.
Might be.
Yeah.
Same principles, though.
Leave it.
You need a treat bag that you carry around with you.
Mm-hmm.
And not just damn Cheerios either.
And you have to catch them doing something good, and then they get a treat.
Well, that never would have happened.
Hudson shakes hands like a champ.
Really?
Yep. Right up.
Yeah?
Just volunteers.
Yeah, there
Just
you go.
Shake. Oh, hell yeah.
See, in Bill's house, there's no high fives.
No.
So you teach your.
Yeah.
Teach the dog high five.
Oh.
He'll do it.
Or the cat. I could maybe.
Shake. High five. Boom. He does it. He's doing really good.
Good.
You got to work with him, though, Bill. You can't just you can't just call the trainer.
Well.
And have the trainer take him for a day and expect him to learn
fix
all
my
that.
dog.
That's what I would
It
like
don't
to
work
have
that way.
happen. I wish somebody else could have trained my
You got to
children.
work with them. Have little chunky, beefy treats for them, and maybe they'll respond.
The salmon treat. We got the salmon treats.
Oh, really? Nice.
Do they smell like salmon?
Yep.
Ugh.
Then your fingers smell like salmon.
Oh, yes.
Good.
That's why you don't know. All right. Should we do the promo and get out of here?
Mm-hmm.
On Tuesday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45, it's the X poll. Who do you think should be the person of the year for 2017?
At 8 a.m., we'll have Jonathan from the 3-Bit Gamer Show talking about December video game releases and more gamer gift giving.
And then at 9, it's Tuesday Tunes with Todd and our X Days of Xmas contest.
That's all on Tuesday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Yeah, good enough?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, we didn't. Fine.
Oh, and back to those Hallmark ornaments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're like $20 to $25 each.
Yeah, they're pricey.
Here's the trick. Go to the toy store. And it's like if it's a spaceship, buy the small, like, Micro Machines version of it. They're $3, okay? Just buy the small toy version and put it on the tree instead of those Hallmark ones.
Kerry Jackson geek tips.
Are there still toy stores?
In most grocery stores, they have a department.
But I mean,
where you can.
Didn't the
Toys R Us closed.
Toys R Us,
up there?
they're all gone, right?
I think the one on State Street's still open. I don't know. You got Target and things like that. So. All right, live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
The guy in the middle's Willie Nelson.
John Smith is next.
A 1 hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.